Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon for June 2nd, 2018. With your hosts, Pacemaker2448 and Rapid Epsilon.
Hi.
Oh my, why do I always see this Detroit Become Human ad on Twitch? Christ, I am tired of seeing it. I am so tired of seeing it.
I like Twitch Prime. I don't have to
Yeah,
deal with them.
that is
Grant,
probably the 15th time I've seen that ad in the last month.
granted, on top of that, I also run ad block. So
I try not to do that on Twitch.
it's one of those I put it on and I forget to turn it off until I go to get ad bits and then it's like, oh. Like right now I don't know if it's on or off. It might be off for Twitch. Yeah, it's off for Twitch.
Okay. But yeah, I keep seeing that ad everywhere, and I would be honest, I don't think Detroit Become Human's that good of a game because A, it doesn't look like it's that fun, and B, the story looks like shit.
And C referred to A and B.
Yep. Like, like, in this world where androids are like super all over the place and just do a whole bunch of shit. You want to know what the unemployment rate is?
What?
40. 40%. That would be the highest in recorded history. You know what the second highest unemployment, or when the second highest unemployment rate was?
When?
The French Revolution. Like, I forgot where I heard this from. It probably was Super Best Friends when they were talking about this, when they heard it. Heads would be fucking rolling. There would be goddamn riots in the street. There would be bloodshed because of a 40% unemployment rate.
Well, I mean, not wrong.
Like, oh my god. Also, if androids are the price of cars and but unemployment rate is 40%, how the fuck does anybody afford an android? Like, how?
Yes.
Also, if this guy has an android that he constantly, spoilers, gets constantly repaired, why does he also have a Roomba? Yes, yes, I did not know that part. I found out that part, like, in the last couple days, and I'm like, you have an android to do all your fucking housekeeping. Why do you have a Roomba? Why? And why does that Roomba look like it's new? Like, oh my god. Oh, this game hurts. This game is stupid in a lot of dumb ways. And it's also super in your face about its message. Like, so hard. So fucking hard, it's ridiculous. Anyway. Sorry, what have you been playing this week before we get into pretty much E3 talk all day? As half our shit we're going to be talking about is related to E3 in some way.
Including what I'll probably mention first. Well, not first. Probably last. I'm gonna save that one for last.
Alright.
Well, I have gotten a sub 3 in Link to the Past rando now.
Yay!
I believe it was a 45-ish. Like, probably should have been lower. Not gonna lie there. I can't remember what kind of screwed me over that one. Yeah. But either way, that one was nowhere near as trolly as the one that I watched today. It was a Aga seed that the 3 pendant dungeons each had a key item to finish the game.
Damn.
We literally got to see every dungeon, and the runners didn't know that that was going to be the thing until they got to Ganon's tower and the big key was boots locked. It's like, oh.
Just get there and just go, fuck. Well, was that dungeon where the boots are at least in Dark World?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
All 3 pendants were in Dark World.
Okay, that's it. That's something.
But yeah. Done that. Before the stream, I played around with the Super Metroid ROM I've got to see what the tracker looked like. It honestly looks like the logic for it is almost on par. I say that because there is one spot that I marked everything correctly, should have turned green, but it didn't turn green. It wasn't until I went to that place because of the very minuscule knowledge I have of the beginning of Super Metroid that I had found it, and I'm like, huh, the tracker screwed that up. That's interesting. Luckily, though,
So,
it is one close to the beginning. So as long as you've got Morph Ball and I think Morph Ball and missiles is the only thing required for it. So I mean, chances are you're still gonna find it. Not one of those you're gonna be deadlocked out of it or anything.
mm-hmm.
But I played around with that for a little bit. I might try to just sit down and one time with the tracker just to see and go all the way through the game. That way I can get a feel of it anyhow. What else? Because I mean, really, I could say about the Odyssey Bingo stuff, but everyone's been seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't, go check the highlights. It's somewhere. Which I guess that brings us to the elephant in the room, and that's Pokemon Quest.
Yeah.
I think it's a good game. For the way I looked at it, I felt like this should have been what we got instead of Pokemon. I'm gonna be completely honest there. The
Yeah.
issue is exactly that statement I just made too.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those this should have been a mobile title.
Well, it is a mobile title. We're just getting it on Switch like 4 months in advance.
Yeah. Let me rephrase
Actually,
that then. It should be a mobile only title.
yeah.
um,
I don't know why they put this on Switch.
the only thing I can think is that they did this mainly so they could get their hands on actually making a game for the Switch kind of deal. And it wasn't necessarily a case of they were wanting to push this to the Switch, but it was more of a case of it was easier to try to see if they could make it work on it.
Mm-hmm. Also, hi IDK user. Yeah, but they're making Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, so that's Switch experience that's more relevant to them than this mobile game port.
Yeah.
So why do we need this mobile game port? Why is this just not on phones now? And also, you can't transfer data between the phone version and the Switch version. So all the progress you make on Switch is stuck on Switch.
That's kind of weird.
Yep.
Not gonna lie on that. But, you know, that also kind of brings me to the other end of that whole situation with this that I'm not so much worried about, but I know it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
We know Let's Go is going to closely utilize Pokemon Go, and I just. Whoops.
Well,
um, but we know Let's Go is utilizing the Pokemon Go stuff because Pokemon Go got so popular. Like,
yeah,
they can say whatever they want to. That's why.
yeah. It still has 20 million congruent users a day. So that's about as many copies of a Pokemon game they're going to sell, relatively speaking. Actually, I think that's Sun and Moon sales, actually.
Probably. My fear is if this one goes over as good as Pokemon Go did, that's going to push them to want to make more mobile-esque titles for Pokemon games going forward.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a problem. Because while I think this is a good game, Quest is not really a console game. I think it works on the Switch because of the capability of it being a mobile console.
Mm-hmm.
So it walks that very thin line of, is it an actual console or is it basically a souped up smartphone? I mean, let's be honest there.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be the line that makes them go one way or the other.
Mm-hmm. I will say, I have one super nitpicky thing about Pokemon Quest that I don't understand why they didn't change it for Switch. Why do we still have a mouse cursor? Why can I not just use the D-pad to cycle through menu options?
You know, that is kind of a good question. I didn't think about that. I just
It is
kind of
nitpicky as
adapted to it.
I know, it's nitpicky as fuck, and you can get around it, but it's like, why can't I just select menus?
Actually,
Why can't I just go boop boop done?
Actually, you say you can get around it. The only way you can get around it is by using touch controls.
Oh. I make it around it by just using the damn thing to start with. It's annoying is what it is for me, because I'm like, I don't want to do this. Because it still
they'd
acts...
at least put an option for something like that, or either that or something like it. Instead of having to say, okay, like right now I'm in the edit team one. Instead of having to physically click on it, why not just auto click? That way you could automatically see what you're looking at stat-wise for them.
Yeah, and also they kind of did it because you're in the edit team menu, right?
Yep.
Hit one of the shoulder buttons or the triggers. I forget which one it is.
Really? Those click too?
Yeah, those cycle through your teammates. One of them does. I forget which one it was. I stumble upon that one, and I'm like, "You did this for teammates."
Oh, you're thinking of the actual menu where you put different stones on them, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that okay. I thought you were in those menus.
But that's
not
not
the
doing anything.
Not? I
Nope.
swear I swear there was a swap button to swap between your teammates on the stones menu.
I think I've hit. Well, you know, B's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
No, I hit everything and it didn't.
I swear there's a
There
thing
might
in there that
be. I mean, I'm not gonna say there's not, but
yeah, it might be in another menu somewhere. But I'm like, you do this, but you don't do D-pads for me. What? Why?
Oh. It might be when you're battling that you. Because apparently you can control the Pokemon too.
Wait, like move them?
I don't know on that one.
I know you
They're
can
kind
pick
of
your
vague
move.
on that one.
I assumed the AI just tossed them wherever they needed to go and you timed your
That's
attacks
kind of what I
perfectly.
was thinking.
That's why I wasn't super interested in the game after a while, because I'm like,
I'm gonna
it's
test
more
that now.
appropriate if I just hit the auto battle button. Especially since I can't quickly hit buttons here. I have to move over there, then hit,
Oh,
then move
no,
back over here.
it's basically cycling through them to be able to use different abilities quicker for them. To this, I
Okay.
say you can move the cursor within the time that it takes them to recharge. So what's the point?
Yeah. So I just hit all about, because I'm like, you'll hit it as soon as it comes up, pretty much. The only thing I can add is maybe a little bit more strategy to this, as much as I can, with 5 moves at my disposal. They're all on the exact same cooldown, respectively to each other, depending, as long as I don't have a stone that drops cooldown on somebody.
I think it does also vary a little bit depending on either depending on the Pokemon or depending on the level. Like that, I've yet to figure out.
It's
I
probably
would
level.
think level, but I mean,
It has, I would say level, but like level does nothing for your stats. I feel like most of your stat gains are the stones.
yeah,
Like levels give you shit for stats.
they do pretty decent. I mean, they're not like Pokemon levels good, but
Okay,
they're
in
not
relation to
crap.
yeah, in relation to stones, you
Yeah,
are going to be far more powerful with better stones than you are grinding out like 5 levels.
yeah.
Like the most a level will give you is a new slot. Which how exactly does the bingo thing work? Because there's a bingo thing with the stones, and I'm not sure how that works.
I honestly don't know right offhand.
Because I assumed, oh, I need 3 of a color, like the bronze, silver, gold rarity, I believe is what that denotes. I need those 3 in a row to make a bingo. Does it not work for bronze? Because I got a 3 in a row with bronze and it did nothing. Or it seemed like it did nothing. So does it need to be all 3 of the same type?
Maybe? Because I just got to thinking about that. I got the challenge for that, but don't. I bet it does have to be the same type.
Okay.
Which that tells me that different Pokemon are going to have different setups.
And different Pokemon will probably not be able to get bingo, I think.
Not necessarily. I'd say some won't by nature, but
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that it might boil down to like Voltorb A might have capability to get 2 bingos, Voltorb B might have capability to get 0 and stuff like that.
Wait, does the same Pokemon have 2 different bingo cards?
I don't know. Every time I've had a second Pokemon, I've kind of just threw them at the first one to kind of get the higher level.
Fuck, I got rid of 3 Ponytails. I could have checked that. Shit, I think they do.
I've had 2 different times where I could have checked that. You're not alone on that.
Don't make me re-download this game to fucking check this bullshit. Because the save data is still there. That you don't get rid of that when you uninstall the game. That still exists. Just like the cross-tag battle data that I am not going to take care of, because fuck that, I ain't playing that game. Like, it's a downgrade from all of the games it's pulling from. It has horrible business practices. And as much as I love Ruby and Persona, I'm not biting. No, I'm not. I'll happily watch a YouTube playthrough of the quote-unquote campaign, and I'll be happy with that.
Wait, what?
What now?
You can do that?
What can we do?
If you click and hold, it'll pull up the card. I did it on accident, and... Huh.
Wait, on the select your team stuff?
Yeah, on the edit team screen. You click and hold,
Okay.
it'll pull up the card and let you see everything that's already there. You obviously can't edit nothing on it, but...
Right. Okay. Because when you select it, it gives you the thing in the corner that tells you how many stones, or how many slots you have available, and how many stones you have in those slots. Which is all you really need, I would think.
Well, this breaks it down to where, like, if you can't remember if it had attack or defense stone slots, you could see which one's which.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of a smart idea.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's not that well drawn out there to the player because I didn't realize that.
When have some mobile games ever told you everything you needed to fucking know?
Is that a trick question?
Possibly.
I feel like it is.
Maybe I should give this game a second chance. I mean, it doesn't help that I was actually babysitting the dog while I was there, so I was kind of distracted. So maybe I wasn't giving it my full attention, give it a full shot.
I mean, like I said, at its core, it is a mobile game. There's no getting around that.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, you've got to look at it as that going into it. If you try to look at it as anything else, it's gonna suck. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I do find it funny, though. Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't a lot of these models look very similar to the Pixelmon mod?
Yeah, I thought it was very Minecrafty, but it also, to be honest, because that's the same idea, it looks like the Mega Bloks Pokemon sets as well. Granted, that's also the same aesthetic as a Minecraft Pokemon Pixelmon mod, but
I'm meaning, like, if they came out and said that they got some of the same people that did the Pixelmon mod to help with this, I would believe them. Like, I feel like it's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of surprised and wondering if they might have got it from that.
It's possible, because hasn't Pixelmon had a notice or something from Nintendo?
That I don't know.
I don't think it has, but
I don't think it ever has.
I mean, as much as Nintendo likes going, your fan game, no.
Yeah, Nintendo likes doing that, but
right.
Pokemon's always kind of been its own thing.
Yeah, because technically Nintendo doesn't own the rights to the Pokemon. It's actually a second party franchise, technically.
Also,
but Nintendo.
Which starter did you go with?
I went with Charmander.
Okay. I actually got one today, and oh god, I like Ember.
Yeah. I think mine has Ember and Fire Spin.
Wonder if they get moves the higher level they are.
I don't know because your slots for the modifiers are set. But I think there's something you can do there's move training, I think. So maybe? I'm not sure.
One of those I might have to look into that part of it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, because I got a Charmander, I got an overabundance of fire Pokemon. Because I kept apparently selecting the soup to get fire Pokemon, but I wanted just the get whatever the fuck you can soup, because that seemed the better option.
I am gonna mention something on the cooking. It depends on the recipe.
Really?
Yep. It actually does.
Does it increase over time the more you make the same recipe?
I don't think so, because I'm pretty positive I did the exact same one twice, and it came out with the same kind of conclusion. Now, if you use different ingredients, I think that does matter.
Okay.
Like, if you use all the small ingredients, then you're probably going to have a shorter time than all the big ingredients.
Okay, that's probably why. Because I kept doing auto set, which confused me about how the soup shit worked. I was like, wait, why did you all of a sudden become 4?
Auto set sucks.
Okay, good.
Auto set sucks for that. Like, that is the one thing I wish they hadn't have done.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't want to have to pull 5 things over here to fucking make a soup. Can you just auto set things according to this recipe and just fucking give me a soup so I
Yeah,
can just go back to playing the game?
that's-
If I not,
That's the thing, it don't actually auto set to the recipe. I thought it did. I tried
oh,
it,
fuck's sake.
and when it pulled different things, I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what I did to do that. So
Oh,
basically,
God.
that is a can you find all 18 combinations? And I say screw that.
That is
Because
immensely stupid.
There is no physical way that you can get 18 combinations out of, what, 10 items? Without having something repeat?
Yeah.
So screw that noise.
Yeah. Fucking hell, no wonder my team was so imbalanced with typing after a while. It kept giving me the fire suit when I was trying.
That's actually odd, because there's one for the reds, one for the blues, and one for the yellows.
Yeah.
I thought they were all unique. Until I got 2 fire types in a row from 2 different ones. And I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah, I think there's a percentage chance on what you get per soup. Like,
I think
believe
there's a percentage chance, period, on what you're going to get. And the soup doesn't really matter, is what I'm thinking.
I was thinking the soup maybe boost your chances per type. Like, the fire one gives you a better chance to get fire type.
Maybe, but it sure as heck doesn't feel like it.
Okay.
Because in all seriousness, I would think the yellow one, I would have gotten an electric type out of it at some point. Seeing as how that's the color that's mainly associated with it.
Yeah.
And I think I've got 1 electric type.
I would like an electric type. Because
it's like I would love to have a grass or a water Pokemon. The game's refusing to give it to me.
Yeah.
Either one.
Yeah, I think the Pokemon I ended up with before I quit was my Charmander, Pidgey, a Rattata, Growlithe, 3 Ponytas, and a Rhyhorn. Wait.
Finish it. Tell you what all I've got.
Wait, Rhyhorn's the evolution, isn't it? It's Rhydon, isn't it? Rhydon's the pre-evolution.
No. I think you were right.
Okay. Yeah, then a Rhyhorn. That was it.
Yeah. So,
and 2 of those Ponytas.
My only duplicates have been a Pidgey and a Ponyta. So, come on, game, cooperate with me here. I have an Eevee, which I started out with. I've got a Voltorb, Magmar. I've had 2 Ponytas. I've only got 1 right now. Charmander. I've had 2 Pidgeys, Magnemite, Rattata, and Ekans. The Magnemite, yes, that is another electric. Did not come from anything like that. It came from the black fruits that you can put in the soup.
A steel soup or just
Yeah.
peony soup?
The steel soup.
Okay.
I mean, that one makes sense. Because Magnemite's typing is electric steel.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. I'm wanting to say the Voltorb came from the red soup. One of my Ponytas came from the yellow soup.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, really? That's backwards.
Well, I ended up getting double Ponyta off the fire soup. And then another Ponyta later on. I was just like, fuck off, game. How about you give me something with variety here that's not a fire type?
And I'm wanting to say... Actually, you know what? I might have gotten 2 Ponytas besides the one I've got. Because I'm wanting to say I got another fire type Pokemon. When I thought, okay, well, the red gave me a lightning. Yellow gave me a fire. What will the blue give me? A fire. Like, you... And there's no way that you can change boost odds or anything like that of what you're going to get. And that's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to have some kind of microtransaction system, let people pick the Pokemon.
Yeah, let people buy the
everyone...
Pokemon they want.
Yeah. I mean, you can buy decorations that do stuff like boost ingredient drops.
I think that's all they do.
That's so helpful.
Yeah.
Especially when the ingredient drops aren't really helping you at all. Oh wait, no. There is some decorations for other stuff.
Oh, okay.
I see level up training ones. Move learning training.
Where's the move learning training?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Unless you gotta get so far in the game.
I didn't get past chapter 3, so maybe
I didn't either.
Okay, so it's probably somewhere past there.
Recycling stuff. Oh, you can increase your chance for a Pokemon with a multi-socket.
Okay.
And you can increase your chance of getting multiple Pokemon with the cooking.
Yeah, you can get multiple Pokemon. I've got, like I said, I got 2 Ponytas on the same suit.
Oh, remember how you said about the, you couldn't increase your battery limit?
Yeah.
Yep, that's wrong.
Oh, I guess that's a decoration.
Mewtwo Arch, maximum battery charges +1 for 700 Poke tickets.
700 tickets to get 6 back. Fuck off. Fuck right the hell off.
Uh-huh.
It's cheaper to refill your energy. Oh my god.
Huh. Depending on the pricing on some of these bundles, they might not be too bad.
But that's where they get you. They get you to spend money to get around their bullshit.
Curious. The bundle that should be the most expensive one, I want to see what they've got price-wise on it. $30 for the 3-pack bundle. Looks like If you want to buy a stone, it's $3. There is, for each of the expedition packs individually, is 5, 10, and 18. So, I mean, if you were going to do that, then yeah, by all means, the $30 one would be the cheapest, but no. Nope.
Yeah, I don't think this game's worth $30.
I'll take the 50 a day that you give me and just wait.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Well, I haven't got to play a whole lot because I've had my 7 o'clock wake-up call from my dog because my mom's got her part-time job at the moment. So I have to deal with him in the morning. So I have to get up at 6 o'clock when I go to sleep sometimes at like midnight from when we're streaming, which is fun. Oh, so fun. Luckily, I got a nap in the day, which meant my dog found a roll of paper towels on the table somewhere and obliterated it while I was asleep. He's a very destructive little shit. I don't know why. Apparently it's his nature. But I'm through, at the very least, the story of GU Volume 2. I still have to do all the book stuff and all the other completion bullshit, so I can go into Volume 3 well off, and then do Volume 3 story stuff, and I guess the rest of the book stuff and party stuff, so I can go into the not quite what I would call Volume 4, more just an extended epilogue that is exclusive to the Last Recode collection, and I guess max out Haseo, the main character's level, so I get the achievement for that. That's probably just going to be the end of it. It's just complete Volume 4. I'm not bothering with any other bullshit. But, honestly, I haven't really played anything else besides what we've streamed. Although the Persona 5 anime continues to be a thing that I watch and go, you know, there's some decent stuff here, but oh god, your pacing is ridiculous sometimes. Like, today's episode, we started your teacher's S-Link, and we blazed through the entirety of Ryuji's S-Link, who's like your second party member. Actually, no, he's technically your third party member because Morgana's your second party member, but you blaze through the entirety of your third party member's S-Link. So, next week, we're going into your third target, and I guess starting off all that, which means your introduction to Makoto, your introduction to Kaneshiro, and I guess the setup to go into his palace the week after, I assume. But I know the people behind the anime really talk up how they're not going to follow the plot of the game after a while. And yeah,
That's a tricky situation there.
Yeah, they're wanting to do something different with it, which, okay, this is a theory I have borrowed from a YouTuber I watched who does reviews of the episodes. That essentially, much like how the Persona 4 Golden animation has Yuna Arakami on a New Game Plus, essentially, somebody on the cast is on a New Game Plus. And they think it's Morgana, which is entirely possible. It's entirely possible that it's Akechi, considering Akechi is super popular, and he's an asshole, and fuck that son of a bitch. I'm sorry, but fuck that asshole. Fuck that traitorous son of a bitch. So it's entirely possible that someone's on a New Game Plus. I don't know. There's hints at like those two and I believe it's Rin. Yeah, Rin, your main character, is possibly on a New Game Plus, kind of. At least when it comes to shit. Name. Long nose guy. Fuck, I forgot his name. Wow. Oh, shit. Wow, I am derping on his name.
I'm gonna be of absolutely zero help.
I know. One moment. Fuck. Igor. Because Rin is questioning Igor way harder and way sooner than he should be in the story. Which, spoilers for everyone who's never played Persona 5, the Igor you interact with for the entire game is not Igor. Spoilers, it's the final boss. The entire time. Which is why this Igor is an asshole. And also, the Velvet Room is kind of hostile. Because, well, it kind of got took over. It's one of those, when I was watching V1 from OSW review stream Persona 5, I wanted to be like, hey, you know how Igor's voice doesn't sound right? Or, hey, you notice how the Velvet Room doesn't seem very comforting? Like, the Velvet Room in this game is a prison. Whereas in previous games, it's either an elevator or a limousine, and it's a very welcoming place because they're here to help you. This Igor's like, okay, you're doing your thing. Good. Keep doing your shit. And maybe you'll turn out good. Like, this Igor's kind of an asshole in comparison to other Igors, which is, again, that little hint for longtime fans to go, hey, something's not right here, by the way. Like, people, like, I know, I didn't really see this, but people complain about Igor's voice pre-Persona 5's release, apparently. Which, in retrospect, I go, oh, they did it on purpose. It's supposed to be a big old, hey, guess what? This is an Igor. Because once you meet real Igor, he has his normal voice actor. Which, that only works in the English version, because in the Japanese version, the original voice actor for Igor passed away, so kinda can't do that. But we can do this bait and switch on in the English version, and fuck with you. Yeah, I don't know what the twist will be. I just hope they do it a good twist on it, if they do. Which, it seems like it's of at least a good quality so far. I say with a bit of... questionably. Because there are some stuff early on that was like, nah. And I also feel like, okay, if you've played Persona 5 from start to finish, and you know Persona 5, good, you can watch this. If you've not played Persona 5, do not watch this. You are going headfirst into Persona 5 story with no help. There is no holding hands, there is no slowing down. You are just going through story beats like there is no tomorrow. I hope you can get something from this and maybe understand it. But that is pretty much all I got. I did find a website that I could order the Bobakin amiibo from for actually fairly close to retail price. It's actually the same website I got my mini plot from. Well, this last set of Lupin Ranger, Powder Ranger mini plot. Because I saw it on there for $15, and I'm like, wow, that would put me at 3 amiibo that I'm missing. You know, not counting the new Mega Man amiibo we're getting for Mega Man 11, which I don't really care for. Yes, by the way, we're getting a new Mega Man amiibo. Unfortunately, it's not a different Mega Man from any of the other franchises, so I don't feel really I want it. Like, if this was an X amiibo, or an EXE amiibo, or the Star Force one, or like any of the other Mega Man from any of the other sub-series, cool. But no, this is just regular Mega Man, just in the 11 arc. Eh. It's not that super different from the Mega Man we got for Smash. It's just, I would say it's a different pose, a slightly different art style because of 11's art style change, and that's kind of it. And I would assume code-wise it's probably the exact same as the Mega Man amiibo, so you're not missing out much content-wise. But at least Mega Man 11 sounds good, from what I've heard. So, are we ready to talk a whole bunch of E3 and E3 related nonsense?
I guess so.
Alright, well, you know how we like everything to come to the Switch?
Yeah.
Would you like to play Fortnite on Switch?
Will it have crossplay on Switch?
I don't know. All I know is it's coming to Switch. According to this leak from a photo of some Nintendo event material that confirmed the following games to be coming to Switch: Dragon Ball FighterZ, Fortnite, Monster Hunter Generations, I believe. Yes, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, which is already confirmed to be coming stateside, so that's legitimate. And it's coming to Switch, obviously. Or no, that's the 3DS one. Yeah, 3DS one is coming stateside. I don't know. The Switch one is new. My bad. FIFA 19, Killer Queen Black, Starlink, Battle for Atlas, Paladins. What's the subtitle for that one? Oh, that doesn't give me the subtitle. Okay, I can't see it in the picture. Overclock 2, and then Mario Tennis Aces. So
some stuff we already knew, and then other potential.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Fortnite comes to Switch. I'm sure it's portable to Switch.
I'd say it is.
I just have to go. Well, another thing with the Battle Royale thing. Dragon Ball FighterZ coming to Switch is pretty cool. Especially since, that's a really good fighting game. And I think if I ever stream, the not Dragon Ball FighterZ fighting game, the one that has two, Xenoverse. If I ever stream Xenoverse 1, the title's just going to be the not as good Dragon Ball fighting game. Because that's literally what it is, the not as good one. Because he's really good. But yeah, there's at least some cool things here. Yay, moving on. Okay. You know how we got that tease for Sonic R? Like a new Sonic R?
Yeah.
It's not Sonic R. Initially a leak, but now a confirmation, we are getting Team Sonic Racing. And, well, you know what the special thing about this is?
What?
Well, it'll be functionally similar to the All-Star Racing teams, or All-Star Racing games.
So it'll be good.
But it's only Sonic characters.
So it's gonna be meh.
And it's going to be focused on team play in racing.
So it's really gonna be meh.
Which, from what I understand, because apparently racers are subdivided into 3 types: it's power, technique, and speed. Essentially, you know that team racing mode that's in Mario Kart 8?
Yeah.
That's the game.
As I said, it's gonna be meh.
And apparently you can use team moves and team ultimates?
Oh god, no.
So, you have...
You know what this is?
What?
This isn't Team Sonic Racing. This is Team Sonic Heroes.
You know what? It probably is.
No, they're going to use the same 3 major classifications from All-Stars. You know that.
Yep.
They're going to focus on team setup.
Yep.
So 3 characters, each with unique abilities.
Yep.
And then a special team move.
Yep.
This is going to be frickin' Sonic Heroes, but in racing.
Yep. And, you know, everyone loves Sonic Heroes.
I have a funny feeling this is going to be the good Sonic Heroes is what's bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be very true. Because Heroes is not that good. Oh, no.
I mean, I have All-Stars Racing. It's honestly a good racing game. You can tell it borrows some stuff from Mario Kart, but I mean, let's be honest. It kind of has to at this point to be a good kart racer.
Pretty much.
And for all intents and purposes, that is what this is.
Yep.
They're not trying to be F-Zero, even though Sonic goes fast, he goes slow in cars.
No, no, Transformed is more like Diddy Kong Racing, to be honest.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. It is, but it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because you don't have the same kind of feel as you did with Diddy Kong Racing.
Mm-hmm.
And it could just be lack of story is what happened with that. But to me, it still felt a lot more akin to a Mario Kart than to Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah. Which, I believe the Sonic Racing game has a story mode or an adventure mode.
It probably does.
Oh, there is a team adventure. Yeah, there's a team adventure mode.
Robotnik's probably made an army of racing robots, and you have to beat them on the track to kill them. I mean...
So, he's doing what he did in Colors, except racing.
Yeah.
Also, to really hammer in that whole, Sonic Heroes, what are our 4 main characters on the poster? Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Shadow. Who are pictured hard together? Sonic, Tails, Knuckles.
Mm-hmm.
Who are we missing? Oh, how long until Rouge and
well, it's
Omega are confirmed as racers?
Okay, it's gonna utilize Sonic characters.
Right.
So, the 12 people we saw in Sonic Heroes, you can pretty much guarantee they're on the roster.
So
either at release or as DLC.
Right. So, if we have to talk in teams of 3, I see Silver and Blaze being together, but who's the third?
Okay, it has to be Sonic characters. So for all intents and purposes, you could throw Elise in there.
Oh God, no!
For all intents and purposes, this is the only thing I've seen character-wise for this has been it saying Sonic characters, meaning that's possible.
Can we do that? Because I want to see the internet supremely pissed off by this.
But there is a little bit of a question of how serious are they sticking with that? And are they excluding big references within Sonic games? Because Knights has a pinball table in Sonic Adventure that you typically want to spend most of your time on because it's actually the good payout pinball table.
Right. That's what it is. They'll stick Knights with the 2 of them because it's like, we can't put you with anyone else. Go join Silver and Blaze and babysit Silver. Because that's the entire team right there is Blazing Knights are here to babysit Silver and make sure he doesn't do something stupid. Like he did in 06.
I'm just hoping they don't deadlock you into teams.
I would assume team is the main racing mode, but it's not the only.
Well, I'm not so much meaning as in altogether. Like, if they deadlocked you into that altogether, that would be fine. But at least allow me to be like, okay, instead of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, maybe I want Sonic, Shadow, and Tails. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have different options rather than just have you are playing as X, Y, and Z, like it or not.
Yeah. So can we get Sonic, Shadow, and Silver to get all varieties of Hedgehog and have massive 06 references that we want to stop doing?
No, we don't want to stop doing that. Because then people will forget about 06 and quit speedrunning it.
Yeah.
The game's too fun of a speedrun to do that.
Honestly, I would love for them just to be all done thinking about it. It's like, Silver, why are you here? Isn't your future aborted? And he's like, honestly, I'm Trunks, so I still exist. I'm the Trunks of the Sonic universe, so I just get to exist forever. No matter how much my timeline gets not unfucked.
Although, I am going to say this. We'll more than likely have Team Annoyance come back. I mean Team Rose come back.
Amy, Big, and Cream.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Also, shoutouts to Quest with the Red Stew giving me a Hitmonchan. At least we got the right color that time.
Yeah, he's got red boxing gloves. That works.
Well, fighting's considered like a dark orange, so it works.
And yeah.
For a change.
I'm trying to figure out this Drive custom figure art, and I look at this and go, wait a minute, isn't that Black Rex's belt bolted onto the chest plate? The fuck? Like, it's got this, like, heavy mechanical half design, but I can't help but look right at where the tire would be at the chest plate and go, that's fucking Black Rex's belt you bolted on there. The hell? Like, what? This is not Loopin' Ranger Patter Ranger, where every single fucking looping collection piece is a goddamn reference. Because, spoilers, they're all references. Because they're all just fucking something from the prop department they repainted. All of them. Anyway. Shall we talk about the new Fallout that got announced after a 24-hour troll stream?
Oh, so that must have been what Clock was about.
Oh.
The troll stream.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as I turned it on and went, oh, it's just a bobblehead. Okay, I'll check back when something important happens. And that was after the Pokemon announcement, so I'm like, oh look, a new Fallout. It's Fallout 76! Yay! Has he heard the rumors of what this is?
Don't know on that.
Okay. So for those wondering, after a 24-hour stream from Bethesda, it was just a bobblehead and a please stand by TV screen and a bunch of nonsense in between. We had Fallout 76 announced for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, and we'll more than likely get more news at the Bethesda press conference in like a week or so. But that's all the information we have. But the current rumor, which is supported by Kotaku, mainly, says this is a multiplayer survival game. I hear the concern on everyone's face right now. Because here's the thing, the
It-
lore.
Isn't that what you can technically consider any battle royale game?
Yes.
Isn't that kind of going to be the theme this year? We have a funny feeling.
Yes. I believe that's on every single press conference bingo card, I think. I think that's a guaranteed slot on every single bingo card for every single goddamn press conference. All of them. Because, by the way, folks, I will be doing bingo cards for the live streams for the press conference. I'm totally doing that. But yeah, the lore supports this because Vault 76, which is in West Virginia, opened up only 20 years after the Fallout, which puts it way before any of the games and any stuff would have happened in pretty much any type of establishment of anything in the Fallout universe. So, yeah. How would you like your Fallout to be multiplayer? Who's happy? Who's ready?
You know,
I'm a,
the only issue I have with this is a lot of these companies are gonna want to not make it free to play with pay aspects, and that's when everything's gonna start going downhill. Like, up till then, it'll be fine. As soon as that starts happening, it's all gonna go to crap.
Yeah. I'm not quite looking forward to this, only because I still haven't beaten Fallout 4. So, my interest in the Fallout franchise is on the slim side. Also, I feel bad for everyone who's looking forward for new Elder Scrolls because, yeah, that's not going to happen for like another 20 plus years until they have a literal inability to not be able to port Skyrim to anything. I'm going to be honest. It's not going to happen until Skyrim stops being portable. Which is probably going to be never. So, shall we get to the thing that we're going to talk an hour about?
I guess so.
Alright, folks. At the Pokemon press conference, we had Pokemon Quest announced, and we're going to get our proper Switch core gym battling, training, beating the shit out of Pokemon to make them better and to catch them.
You mean throw Pokeballs at them? Sorry,
No.
I had to.
No, the core Pokemon game next year.
Oh.
Yeah, the core one.
Maybe.
But in between these two, we're going to get Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. And you know those rumors that were posted on April 1st on 4chan about the next Pokemon game? April Fools! You all thought it was fake, but it's straight up legit. Like, everything in that leak was legitimate. And you know what's hilarious? Like, 3 days beforehand, someone I follow on Tumblr was like, guys, keep in mind that what we saw before was only a leak, and I just had to look at that and go, you do know we had a trademark like 3 days afterwards that confirmed the titles from the same company that trademarked Sun and Moon. So I'm willing to bet these are legitimate. And oh look! They're legitimate! It's almost like sometimes leaks turn out to be true. So, we talked about this Wednesday. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday. Thursday when I streamed. So, you can go back to there to hit a whole bunch of information we dropped prior from the Game Informer Twitter. Which, essentially, catching is like in Pokemon Go. There is CP in this game that is, I guess, is a shorthand for your stats. I'm guessing stats are going to be simplified in this game. So maybe attack and defense are one in the same. There's no special attack, special defense in this game, most likely. Like, I would assume we would go back to that for this. Your starters can evolve. You can have a following Pokemon out along with your starter, because your starter can be swapped out. You do not have your entire PC in your backpack now. I apparently misread that. You only have a box in your backpack. You don't have your whole PC. No HM, so the still Pokemon Rye. Pretty much it, I think, out of new information. So, yeah. How do you feel that before we get the proper Pokemon game that will more likely be the spotlight for Nintendo next year at E3, because they said second half of 2019, and I'm willing to bet that's a Christmas season release and not a like August, September release, unfortunately. And we're going to get this. Hey, look, all you folks who played Pokemon Go, come back. Play a proper Pokemon game so you can then buy the proper Pokemon game next year.
You know what's bad though?
What?
I don't believe them. I don't believe we're going to have a proper Pokemon game next year. And the reason I say that is because of the stuff they're wanting to adopt from Go in this. Gen 1 is not that complicated. Really.
True.
If they wanted Go integration, I could understand that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, you integrate with the big thing out there right now. That way you can kind of mend the bridges. You can be like, hey, if you've got these Pokemon in Go, you can send them over to help out, and vice versa.
Yeah, and you can go back and forth between the two, actually. You're not locked to sending them to Go or sending them from Go.
So, I mean, there's a reason to go ahead and capture all those Pidgeys and Rattatas that you will encounter on Route 1.
Yep.
Why not do this as a regular thing like all other Pokemon games have been, and have what this game's actually going to be as like a beginner mode for it. Have it set up to where if you don't want to go through the typical Pokemon battle system, you can go with the Go strategy, and there you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's kind of getting me. Also, if you're just throwing Pokeballs at all the Pokemon you encounter, how are yours going to level up or do anything?
I believe they said you will get experience from catching Pokemon. But they haven't sorted out the experience situation yet, and I go, do you realize that if you take out wild encounters, you need to bump up the experience everywhere else? Because that's your main grind point. So I pray to God, that you've got your pacing right. Because your difficulty curve needs to be really in accordance to how your Pokemon are going to evolve and level up. Because otherwise you are fucked. Because unless you can repeat trainer battles, you have zero capabilities to grind in this game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, zero, not a nip, none.
That's what's kind of got me on this. It's like, concept, even the way they're doing it, I'm not a fan of, but I can understand why they're doing it this way.
Mm-hmm.
But for the people that might actually want to treat this as a Pokemon game, they should have probably designed it to where it was a Pokemon game and not a Pokemon Go game. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, unless something drastic changes, I've about lost all interest for it.
Yeah. Like,
I've not touched Go, so what's the point in me getting this that clearly is having a strong backbone on Go?
hmm like,
Um, I mean, if they said that this and Quest might have some kind of something, maybe. But honestly, am I still going to be interested in Quest by the time this comes out?
yeah, because this comes out like September,
I mean, chances
November, my bad.
are I'm going to hit that paywall and I'm going to decide to quit. Because you know it's there.
Yeah. Like, I'll be honest. If I ever did play this game, I'd be picking the EV one because I know I won't be fucked at the first gym, regardless of experience. Because I'll be like, oh goody, at least all my Pokemon will be effective against Brock. Assuming we still have gym battles in this, because if there's no gym battles, then what's the progression in the game? But if we do have gym battles, isn't this just like a proper Pokemon game that you just simplified the fuck out of? Because there's also no breeding in this game, by the way. So, good luck getting a shiny the hard way, the super hard way.
If there's even shinies.
Yeah, even if there is fucking shinies, Jesus.
I mean, they're dumbing down everything else, so why not remove that while they're at it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Like,
that's what's getting me. If we're still a year out on the other Pokemon title, how long is usually development cycles between generations?
uh, it honestly, considering the yearly release Pokemon was on up until I want to say it was Platinum, they were about on a year development cycle, and then they were on 2.
Okay, and how long's it been since Sun and Moon, not Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but Sun and Moon came
Uh,
out?
about 2 years.
So that means we're going to have a 3-year development cycle with this, meaning they probably didn't start on this as soon as Sun and Moon was done. They probably went immediately into doing Let's Go, Quest, and doing what they were doing to add to Ultra Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
So honestly, now that I'm thinking about that, and I've said that out loud now, it's like, I can understand why they dumbed this down. I still think it's a stupid move. They did it because they were pushed for time.
Yeah. Because it feels like I feel like a lot of this game is a test bed for what they want for the next core game.
I That's kind of the thing I'm noticing. I feel like Quest is probably what they decided to do to get the basics of Switch development down. Let's Go is going to be them actually attempting a somewhat Pokemon game on it, and then we're going to see the actual. My question is, if Quest and Let's Go wind up pulling too good, are they going to abandon the traditional Pokemon setting and kind of milk this out a little longer?
I don't think so. I think they said that if Let's Go does good, it will essentially be an off-year franchise for them. So
Okay. Then to this, I'm gonna say if it does do good, I hope they look at it and decide that they can find a way to mend the gap if it is going to be their off year one,
Mm-hmm.
and have it set up to where you've got a go mode and a traditional mode.
Yeah.
That way, you're appeasing both audiences. You can still spin it as it's tying in with Go, but then if you get people that are like, oh, well, that's stupid, another Go tie in, be like, well, you could play it normal.
Yeah. Maybe just turn this into, hey, you know all those remakes you keep demanding us for? Here's the remake franchise.
I mean, I think
It
they
goes,
should do that, period.
yeah, that goes through probably like Unova, because that's what, 5 years of games?
Well, I mean, I think if they're planning on going with the Switch, unless Nintendo's just fixing to up and start working on the next console, which I don't foresee that happening. The Switch is doing too good right now.
Yeah, they're not demanding this shit anytime soon.
Uh,
I'm like,
I feel like maybe go ahead and start planning for doing all of them. Maybe not necessarily jump straight into it, but at least have a plan that far out. To
yeah,
bring everything up through Sun and Moon to the Switch.
yeah. Like, theoretically, if they were to do these Let's Go series as essentially a remake series to bring all of Pokemon to Switch in terms of regions and stuff, all they have to do is port Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, XY, and Sun and Moon, and that's 3 gens down because they're all 3D. And then all they have to do is remake Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 4, Gen 5. So, Kanto, Johto, Sinnoh, and Unova. And
But
lo and
I
behold,
do see an issue with something you just said there. Yes, the 3DS titles are in 3D.
mm-hmm,
They're not in HD 3D. So they're going
right.
to look like crap on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, with importing them to the Switch, you're also going to have to eliminate the second screen.
Right.
So there would still be quite a bit of work to do on them. I
Right.
could see them being a year on each of those.
Yeah. So that's why I think like they'll probably focus on the ones that never got 3D treatment. So 1, 2, 4, and 5, especially 1 and 2, because much like any long-running franchise, all of the nostalgia is the majority of nostalgia is for the beginning of the franchise, not anywhere in between.
Yeah.
It's the same with Transformers. It's the same with Power Rangers, and it's the same fucking here. Most people know the 151, but they don't know shit past it. Because
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of one of those.
well, I can't say I have for multiple reasons because A, I followed the franchise past Kanto, and B, I caught everything within the last like 3 years, so I know everything now.
Like, all seriousness, Alola, which, let's be honest, half of that is the original 150.
Yeah.
And the occasional from the other gems are about all I know.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them I'm like, who?
Yeah, it's like you could give a quiz to most people of like, is this an official Pokemon or not? And half the time they'll be like, no, and they'll be wrong, even if you show them an official Pokemon. Because they're like, I don't recognize. No, that's not a Pokemon. Meh, wrong. Or they'll guess right like fan one or made up ones. Because who's gonna believe that there's a trash Pokemon? A legit trash Pokemon.
Well, to be fair, I probably would because of the fact of Muck and Grimer. I mean, but yeah, I see what you're saying too.
Yeah.
One of those,
But I.
some of the dumb ideas they've had. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
I can see it.
Although I do have a question.
Okay.
All right, let's go successful. Is it still gonna be Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu when we go to Johto, or is it gonna be like Let's Go pick 2 other Pokemon?
It would probably have to be pick 2 other Pokemon, and it'd probably have to follow the generations as it's going.
Yeah.
The issue with that is what's the most notable from Gen 2?
Besides the starters,
Yeah.
because that has to be the trend. Is that it has to be a non-starter, and I'm like,
Nope. Because if we're considering this as a Gen 1 remake, Pikachu was a starter in Yellow, which was a Gen 1 game.
Right.
So, I mean, we actually could use 1 starter, but if we followed the trend of a starter and a popular from that gen, we still got to come up with 1. And which one was the most popular starter?
Yeah. Hang on.
You
I'm
see
pulling up
where
the national decks.
you see where I'm going with this, though.
Yeah.
If we follow
Okay.
those rules, then it's like,
All right. So you have Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile as your starters.
probably Chikorita, if I had to
And,
guess.
and considering our beta, that was the only starter that finalized. Like 100% finalized outside of its second evolution. Well, we have Sinrit, we have Hoot Hoot, we have
Ooh,
Ladybug.
I didn't think about that.
What?
Hoot Hoot would probably be noticeable enough to do as the second one.
Well, we also have Ladybug. We have Spinarak. We have Chinchu. We have Pichu.
I don't think they'd do that. I really don't.
We got Igglypuff. We got Togepi. Togepi. There you go, Togepi. That will get all the anime fans in.
I think, though, they might stay away from the baby Pokemon.
Well, Togepi has enough. Would you count Togepi as a baby Pokemon, considering it's got 3 evolutions?
Well, I say that, but they've not been considered baby Pokemon in quite a while.
I was about to say, the only baby Pokemon were the ones that had an evolution and then got it introduced pre-evolution. Togepi's not that case. Togepi evolves into Togetic in Gen 2. It gets its 3rd evolution in Gen 4, like Magmar and Electabuzz and like Tangela got.
It might then, but I don't know. I feel like Hoot Hoot might be. Because I wasn't thinking about Hoot Hoot being Gen 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably... That and Chikorita probably would be the 2. Because you got to keep in mind, it appears like they might want to try to follow the anime part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be a questionable, but it kind of feels like that.
Yeah. That's why I said like Togepi, because it's like, yeah, everyone remembers Togepi. Granted, Togepi did nothing more than just use was it Metronome? Or just Psychic? I think it was just Psychic in the anime to just do nonsense. Whenever the plot demanded it. Let's see. Might as well just go through the rest. We got Mareep. We got Meryl. There's one. Sudowoodo. Hoppip. I'm not counting like any type of final evolution here. Just down to run the name like things that are at their first stage or that don't evolve.
Yeah,
Amy
not
Pop.
like I
Or
said
not.
when you mentioned about Pichu and Igglybuff. I probably wouldn't think that baby Pokemon would be either.
Yeah. Apom, Sunkern, Yama, a Whooper, Murkrow, Mischievous, an unknown letter of some variety, Wobbuffet,
I was thinking he was Gen 2.
yeah, Draparig,
Maybe. In all seriousness, maybe.
Pineco, Dunsparce, Gligar, Snubble, Quillfish, Shuckle. There we go. Let's go, Shuckle. Heracross, Sneasel, Teddiursa, Slugma, Swinub, Corsola, Remoraid, Delibird, Mantine, Skarmory, Houndour, Fanfy. There we go. Let's go, Fanfy. That's only for me, to be honest. Stantler, Smirgle. I guess Tyrogue doesn't count in this conversation because that's technically a baby Pokemon.
Yep.
Not Switchum, not Elekid, not the Milk Tank, and Larvitar.
I swear if they do a Let's Go Wobbuffet, I probably would have to do that. Like, even if I'm not interested in the Let's Go series at that point, I would probably still have to pick that one up.
Yeah, I would too. Because I'm like, you know what? I need a Wobbuffet that just walks around with me everywhere. Just be like, Wobbuffet. Just salutes me as we walk around. Which, okay, I have a question. All right, we know we've got the following Pokemon, and depending on how large they are, we can ride them, right?
Yep.
Do they have idle animations?
God, I would hope they do.
Because I demand idle animations, and also, yeah, like I said, depending on the size of them, you can ride them. Okay, this is the gen where we have, Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno, right? If we can catch these, which you better fucking let us catch these in these games, you better be able to ride those some bitches all the way around Kanto.
Ooh, I just thought of something. If this is tying in with Go, that might break Go.
Oh, got it. Well,
Because those were only released in events, weren't they?
yes, but now you can get them in the field research stuff right now on a monthly basis.
So, still technically behind an event.
Right, but you can also get multiple of them.
But
And you,
like I said, still technically behind an event. So
yeah.
that could still possibly break Go with this.
Well, the only thing you can use legendaries for is in raids. You can't put legendaries in gyms.
But if it's going to be easy enough for everyone to have multiple of them because of Let's Go, they might change that.
Maybe, even though I technically have 2 Moltres on me.
But
Because of the...
you see what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
that might inadvertently break it. I hope they have a plan for it.
Yeah, also, Mewtwo? To be honest, this would be the easiest way for you to get Mewtwo in Pokemon Go, to be honest. It's just to get it here, transfer. To be honest.
Yeah.
Because fuck your method of getting Mewtwo in Pokemon Go. But here's the thing. Okay, if we can catch Mewtwo in this game, I demand that he does not walk with you, but he just floats behind you everywhere. And he floats behind you, arms crossed, not giving a damn about anything in the world. And if we have idle animations, he just plays with some psychic energy and it continues to just not give a shit. Like, I do not want to see Mewtwo walk one goddamn step in this game behind me. I demand he floats behind me. Because, like, Gengar doesn't. He walks. But I do like the kind of creepy image of it, of you just walking with the giant ghost behind you. That's just happy. It's just like, hi guys, how you doing? My day's going great. Meanwhile, Gengar's just walking behind you, the largest smile in the world on him, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, I'd love for these, because since we only have, what, 151 Pokemon to follow us? Or no, 140.
150, I thought.
No, we only have 100 and, or no, we could technically probably have a Pikachu and an Eevee follow us. So it's still the 151 to follow us. Because our Pikachu and Eevee is on our shoulder and they can't follow. Can catch other Pikachus and Eevees. I guess those can follow behind you. So it means we do have 151 Pokemon that have idle animations and walk animations and stuff.
You know what would be hilarious? But I know it can't be done. A trail of Pikachus following you.
Oh my god. If you could have your entire team follow you, I know they're not going to do it.
That would be hilarious.
That would be perfect. I would love if it's like, you can have your entire team follow behind you. Yes! Conga line! Just get multiples of every single fucking Pokemon. Just conga line that shit all around. It would be the best thing. Well, you want to talk about Battlefield 5 real quick?
Do we have to?
Well, we probably don't have to talk about it that much, because there's not that much to talk about.
Good.
So yeah, Battlefield 5 had its stream after Call of Duty, and they confirmed, hey, we're going to have, I believe it's called Brain Operations, which essentially is going to put you through several different game modes in a row on different maps. So essentially a playlist.
Also, I just want to mention they're a year late party.
Yeah. There'll be a live service, so there won't be any paid DLC.
Right now.
Yes. The essentially smaller campaign stories from World 2 are still there. I believe we have at least 2 female characters starring in 2 different campaigns. I know we have one for a Norwegian campaign, which is the only campaign I know we have. I might be wrong on that. There might be another campaign we know about. But we also have the girl that's on the poster and the box art and stuff with the prosthetic arm, which I don't know why people think that's high tech. No, that's how prosthetic arms were for like 30 fucking years. But
it's so high tech.
No, it's fucking not. That's just existed for years. That's decades. That is a prosthetic design that existed for decades and did not change until recently, actually. Because I think you could still see that kind of prosthetic arm today. But yeah, there's her, and I think she's more than likely going to be a star of her own campaign, but she's not the Norwegian girl. Because I've seen a picture of the Norwegian girl, and she looks different than this girl. So we have 2 female characters, which I'm sure makes the internet super angry that we have 2. And I go, whatever. I'm just more confused of, she has an arm in one picture, but she has a prosthetic in a bunch of others. So, did we spoil her plot somewhere in here when someone wasn't paying attention?
Maybe.
Question mark? And also, considering the trailer looks to be multiplayer footage, do we get skins of the characters from the campaigns to play with?
Doubt it.
Because I assume that is quote-unquote multiplayer footage because it looks a little too goddamn clean. It kind of looks a bit CGI-y. Or CGE. Yeah, they're also trying to super hard to make you play with teams. Like, if you're playing solo in Battlefield 5 and you are not working with your team, you're pretty much screwed. Because you have limited ammo. The best way to heal up is with a medic from your team. You can construct your own buildings and stuff and, like, fortify stuff. There's a bit of that Fortnite mentality of build your own structure around your objective.
All that.
Yeah. But only, like the engineer can do almost anything, but any other class can probably build a wall that's of low standard. So once more, you play with teams. This is a team combat game. Yeah, I assume you're not excited for the bass.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm not in the fishing mood either this year. Y'all have fun with your fish, folks. I'll be playing something else. So,
And we darn sure know it ain't gonna be Pokemon.
yep. Alright. Time to talk E3 properly, because we have 7 press conferences this year. 7. Fucking 7. 7. 9. 9 if you count the PC Gaming Show and Devolver Digital, which...
7.
Nope. Nope. I'm not covering them, especially... Was it the PC Game Show's like 3 o'clock on Monday? But Devolver is at... Oh wait, no, it's 6 o'clock on Monday. And Devolver is at 11 o'clock on Sunday. Fuck both of that. I'm already looking at this and going, fuck, I gotta do 7 fucking streams over the course of 4 days. And that's not counting our stuff. If we count our stuff, that's probably like 9 streams over the course of 4 days.
Probably.
So...
Now, I'm already seeing one that we've got with no overlap. Like Tuesday's stream, there's not going to be anything going on.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if maybe we might shift it up a little bit. Kind of deal.
Yeah.
That way we're not doing like we usually do and try to stream while Sony's going.
Yeah, no, last year we actually just watched Sony's press conference and talked about it. Which
I'm almost wondering if maybe it's not going to be set in stone, but maybe both Bethesda and Sony, we try to watch them live.
Yeah.
And then we maybe do like Tuesday and maybe Wednesday also to try to do cleanup on the rest of them.
Yeah. Because if we sit down and watch them together, we're going to be talking about their material, so we won't have to talk about them later on. Because that's how we did it last year for Sony. We just talked about the Sony stuff when it happened, and we talked about everything else we needed to talk about the day after, which was Nintendo and like stuff on the show floor that wasn't at any press conference.
Because honestly, if we do that, that'll only leave 5. Looking at the list, honestly, Microsoft and Nintendo are probably going to be the other 2 that are going to have a lot that we're going to have to talk about.
Yeah.
So, chances are we probably can get through the rest of Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
If not Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah. But just to go through them officially, EA is kicking off E3 this year on Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Pacific, 1 o'clock Central, because I got to throw that in there.
You don't have to throw that in there.
I might as well.
I'm capable of converting.
We know for certain because of the teaser that's already been released that Anthem will be at the press conference. That is confirmed. That is no longer more than likely. It's confirmed Anthem will be there to some capacity. Probably another big showcase of it, probably a release date. Yay, who's ready for EA's version of Destiny? Because, to be honest, Anthem kind of looks like Destiny in a lot of aspects. And I don't just mean mechanically. But other than that, Battlefield 5, of course, the usual plethora of EA Sports titles.
Yeah.
What else?
I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Because I know something that Ubisoft is going to have. I actually forgot I was on the closed beta list for it and didn't even bother with it. But I know Ubisoft's going to have The Crew 2. There's going to be something. But I can't think of nothing EA side.
Yeah, I'm kind of skimming through the list of confirmed games, looking for EA specific games, and I'm not seeing it. And now I'm looking through this one. Yeah, no.
I probably just ain't got much this time around.
News and rumors from IGN says new EA Sports titles, of course. Sims 4, mobile games. And then an inside look at Anthem in the next Battlefield, which we've already got Battlefield 5 revealed, so. And Anthem's confirmed, so.
So, really, Anthem, Battlefield 5, FIFA 19, and that's about it?
And maybe something Star Wars.
Doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, after reading the article where Disney was, maybe EA should not be developing our Star Wars titles exclusively, and considering taking the license away from them after Battlefield 2, maybe we're not going to see any Star Wars titles for a while as they make sure their shit's in order before Disney goes, yeah, we're going to take this money-making machine we gave you, we're going to take it and give it to somebody else.
That'll actually do good with it.
Yeah.
This is... God, I honestly can't think of who right now, because Ubisoft's had some mistakes here recently, too.
Honestly, I just say open it up to whoever is willing to give you a pitch. Because giving one company everything Star Wars related is a terrible fucking idea.
It's a terrible idea because that one company is EA.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible company or terrible idea if the one company be a company that would actually devote attention to just Star Fox title or Star Wars title.
Yeah. But not every one company can't make all the Star Wars titles one could make. Which is why I think open it up. If a company can bring a good pitch to the table, let them do it.
I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if there was a company that their focus was just going to be Star Wars. I think it would be fine leaving it to just one company.
I was about to say that was LucasArts, and LucasArts is now gone. Technically, that was LucasArts, and Star Wars still got subdivided out to companies that had pitches. And honestly, the best Star Wars games we got didn't come from LucasArts. Knights of the Old Republic did not come from LucasArts; it came from BioWare. Battlefront did not come from LucasArts; it came from Pandemic. Which is why I go, Disney, just license out Star Wars. If Insomniac has a pitch for a third-person action Star Wars game, let them pitch it to you, let them show what they can do, and then you license it out to them if you so believe in their pitch. If BioWare wants to come back and go, we want to do Knights of the Old Republic 3, even though that's the antithesis of what the Old Republic wants to start with, let them. Even though they're still under the EA contract, but BioWare's not touching the Star Wars franchise outside of Old Republic these days.
And I bet they're barely touching that.
Yeah, and apparently what they're doing is not.
I think you were cutting in out right there.
Oh, essentially the Knights of the Fallen Empire, and like all that stuff is apparently not that good. Yeah. Pretty much, you know the uniqueness of your character class and those stories?
Yeah.
What if we just threw that out and everyone had the same story? Yeah. That sucks. So, Microsoft is coming to us on Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. Apparently, we're getting a new Gears.
Yeah, it's about time for it.
We might be seeing the new Assassin's Creed there, but it's probably going to be at Ubisoft.
That'll be Ubisoft.
Yep. We have a new Call of Duty.
Maybe? Like, that's going to be a question mark there.
Mm-hmm.
It'll either be there or Sony. Or both.
Yeah. I'm looking through the list at the moment. Confirm. Crackdown 3, supposedly.
I think I've actually been hearing about that one being a pretty good possible, so.
Yeah. I think Metro Exodus, because wasn't that at Microsoft's press conference last year?
Yeah, actually. It's possible we'll have something Halo related, whether it's for 6 or for a PC port of 3.
Yeah, we're gonna get a Halo something.
Because, I mean, the Halo Online modders had been going at it for quite a little while before Microsoft told them to stop.
Yeah.
So I feel like that means something is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's, hey, we're planning on porting Halo 3, and hey, look, here's Halo 6 coming out next year, or we're maybe getting this big surprise drop that Halo 6 might be this year. I mean, they've had enough time.
Yeah, I would honestly be surprised for them to go, hey, here's Halo 6, and by the way, it comes out this year, but considering the track record of Microsoft exclusives right now, they might be going, we need Halo, like, now. Like, now? Like, right now?
Well, I mean, it's been more than the 2-year plan time they had between games.
Mm-hmm.
So, it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm not holding my breath on that. I'm kind of more thinking if we get anything Halo 6-wise, it'll be a teaser trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And a 2019 stamp on it.
Yeah. Because, you know how Sea of Thieves had DLC this past week?
It had DLC this past week?
Yes, it did. You want to know how long that DLC was?
Not long enough?
For a medium-sized DLC?
Not long enough?
3 hours. And most of those 3 hours is a long solve these kind of vague riddles in order to summon the giant shard, do the boss fight, which looks kind of cool, and you're done. But apparently you get weekly quests to hunt giant sea creatures.
Woohoo, because that's what everyone wants, is a bunch of fetch quests.
Yeah, and you know how they advertise of being a pirate.
Uh-huh.
Do you know the minimum number of players you need to actually do this quest?
How many?
5. What's the maximum number of people you can have in your party?
5?
4.
Oh, 4?
Yep. You need some random person you run into on the sea in order to do this. And for them not to kill you or you kill them. So the thing you don't incentivize, actually you don't really incentivize, to be honest, in Sea of Thieves. Yeah, it's a bit confusing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they are fast tracking Halo 6 for this year to be like, we need something for people to buy our Xbox One for. Fuck it, we're going back to when the original Xbox came out and everyone bought it for Halo.
But they can't do that. All Microsoft exclusive games are going to be coming out on both Windows 10 and the Xbox One.
Well,
You forgot, didn't you?
yeah. Well, aren't we fucked? No wonder Halo's been delayed. They can't release it on Xbox One only. And it's like, but who will buy our Xbox One if we can't get Halo on it alone? If you can get it on PC. And we can't release Halo on PC. Like, Bungie refused to do it after 2. 343 hasn't done it at all for any of them, I believe. Like, we haven't gotten the Halo game on PC since 2, right?
Yeah.
Outside of Halo Online. Like, we can't do Halo on PC. We can't break the joke. So, Bethesda, Sunday, June 10th, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific, 8:30 Central. So we're gonna get our confirmation of what Halo 5 by Vault 76 is. We're going to get what else is Bethesda? I feel there's other things that are Bethesda, but I can't think of them.
Probably another port of Skyrim at this rate.
More than likely. I'm willing to put money on that one.
I mean, what if they
Rage
not
2.
brought it? What if they not brought it to you yet? Mobile?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Port
Yeah.
of Skyrim to mobile.
Rage 2, because that's been confirmed. And I was about to say Cyberpunk 2077, but no, that's Project Red or CD Project Red. Life is Life is Strange 2 Bethesda?
Huh?
I want to say that's Bethesda. I want to say that's under their umbrella. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that's under Bethesda. Because that's, fuck. The, Deus Ex developers. That's with them, and they're under Bethesda. Prey DLC, most likely. And that is looking like it, unless there's something in the Walmart Canada leaks. Let me check that real quick, because that had a whole bunch of shit. I refuse that Final Fantasy VII Remake for existence. Fuck that, that's not real. That may be a pre-order, but that shit ain't coming out for another, 2 fucking years. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing anything else from here. Oh, Forza Horizon 5, possibly for Microsoft. Borderlands 3? That would be Microsoft, wouldn't it? Because that's,
I think so.
yeah, that would be at Microsoft. That's not Bethesda. That's Gearbox. Yeah, so there should be some neat stuff at Bethesda, but oh boy, I can't wait for that Fallout 76 announcement and everyone to go, I don't know if I want this. I'm not so sure about this. I don't think I'm okay with this. Monday, June 11th, 10 p.m., 10 a.m. Pacific, not 10 p.m., 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. Square Enix has a press conference. Oh wait, no, no, Tomb Raider's under Square Enix because Eidos is under Square Enix. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Yep. I was like, isn't Eidos under Bethesda? No, they're under Square Enix. Yeah. So, Kingdom Hearts 3, of course. Yay. Super excited for that one. Can't
No,
wait
we're
to get
not-
a release date.
No, we're not gonna have Kingdom Hearts. No. It's gonna be delayed to 2019 because they're gonna do the Final Fantasy VII remake this year.
You mean Disc 1 of the Final Fantasy VII Remake? Because it's episodic.
Yeah.
Don't forget that, folks. That Final Fantasy VII Remake is episodic.
But see,
Oh, I can't.
I mean, they've got to push Kingdom Hearts 3 back another year because Final Fantasy 7 and 15 both have to take priority here.
Yeah, because we'll probably get more Final Fantasy 15 DLC. We'll get the new Tomb Raider. We'll probably get something on the remake. Meh. We are getting a release date for Kingdom Hearts 3, though. We are guaranteed a release date this month. And it's either going to be here at the press conference or at the orchestra, which is actually before EA's press conference on Saturday. So
I mean, I hope. I'm not holding breath. Because, yeah. I mean, they keep trying to troll everyone.
I know.
And I mean everyone. And
But at the very least, we will have a date. It doesn't matter if that delay gets delayed from. We have a date. Kingdom Hearts 3 is fucking real.
Oh, we know it's real.
Yes. We've got demos. We have people who have played demos. Kingdom Hearts 3 will be a reality within the next year. I'm hoping for a 2018 release, but I don't. If it's 2019, I'm okay.
So they'll
I'm not
really
gonna-
take you off if they say 2020 then.
Yeah, if it's 2020, I will legitimately kill someone. Somebody is gonna get throttled for that one. And if you do release Final Fantasy VII Remake before that 2020 release date, I will super throttle somebody because fuck you.
No, they will.
I know they want to. They so badly want to. Because they believe Final Fantasy VII Remake is gonna make them so much goddamn money. But oh look, what happens when you fuck it up? It's not gonna make money. Especially since you're episodic, so as soon as episode 1 turns out bad, no one's gonna buy any other episode. And I can't wait for them to reconfirm that and everyone be confused. It's like, wait, when was Final Fantasy VII Remake episodic? And I'm like, it's been episodic for like 3 fucking years now. So, yeah, the only reason I'm tuning into this one and happy about this one is Kingdom Hearts. Lo and behold, the only thing I give a shit about Square Enix is not the franchise that saved their ass. No, it's the dumb fan fiction crossover franchise. That story makes no goddamn sense, but I still love it anyway. Alright, Ubisoft, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. We're getting Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yes, the new Assassin's Creed is Odyssey. That is confirmed right now. We are going to see it at E3 this year. Beyond Good and Evil 2 will be there. I believe Call of Cthulhu is Ubisoft, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
Also-
Division 2.
Also, I have to say it. If they don't have Cappy, I'm gonna be disappointed in them.
Yeah. Division 2 is confirmed already there. For Honor DLC for a game that's probably not looking the best at the moment. Check through this list one again. What's bad is I recognize most of this. Oh, this will be at Sony's press conference. I know damn well this stuff's gonna be at Sony's press. I am not seeing anything else besides Splinter Cell. A new Splinter Cell. Yay! I might actually check that out. And that's all I'm seeing. Oh, and the Mario plus Rabbids, the Donkey Kong DLC.
Oh yeah, that will be. Unless
Yeah,
they
they'll prob-
let Nintendo do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do it in the Nintendo redub.
Well, yeah, they are
Right.
2 different days.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably will then.
Yeah, because it wouldn't be the first time, like, one conference one day does something and then the next day, because that happened for, Anthem got teased at Microsoft, at EA's press conference, and then it got shown off properly at Microsoft's.
Yeah.
And I think, like, Call of Duty has double
Call of Duty
premiered.
usually does wind up getting both Microsoft and Sony.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait to see that again.
Also, darn me for actually paying attention to what songs are playing on the playlist right now. It went from a Metroid Prime song to a Wind Waker song. Now I kind of want to play both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see that trailer again to go, oh my god, Rabid Cranky Kong. I am so glad they did that. I'm like, of all the Kongs to give a rabbit form to, you gave Cranky to a rabbit. Yes!
But you know what's funny? We technically still have Donkey Kong Rabid.
Yeah, he's in the DLC too.
No,
I
I
believe
mean,
he's getting his
in
revenge.
Cranky Kong is technically the original Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, true. It's a shame Cranky Kong's not in this game either, because I would love to see him with his goddamn walking stick gun of some variety.
Why would he need a gun? He could be like them slammer guys, just with a cane.
Yeah.
You move him
That
close
too.
range and smack him in the head.
Yeah. Alright, Sony, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central on Monday. Okay.
We'll have fish.
We will have some fish. We will have the new Spider-Man game, which I'm super excited for. We will have Death Stranding. That will be there, confirmed. Maybe we'll get gameplay of this Kojima insanity now. Yay! Good for you folks who are buying into this game with zero fucking information. You do you. Oh, and I forgot something for Ubisoft. You know they're not Sea of Thieves game, Skull and Bones?
No, honestly, I don't.
Yeah, you remember? Okay, it was only like a CG trailer, but they have their own pirate game that's in development. It was shown off, I think it was at E3 last year. But they have their own pirate game called Skull and Bones. Because everyone was comparing it to Sea of Thieves when the trailer debuted, and everyone was favoring Sea of Thieves. And lo and behold, everyone's off Sea of Thieves now, so maybe Skull and Bones has a chance now.
It might have had an inverse effect.
Possibly.
Just saying.
Yep.
Might be one of those that it was a good idea and now no.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima, the new Naughty Dog Sucker Punch game. that debuted at the Game Awards. That'll be at the Sony press conference. Kingdom Hearts will probably make a re-premiere or make another appearance at Sony's press conference since that's a major PlayStation 4 title, along with an Xbox One. But if you're gonna play this on Xbox One, I pray to God you know the Kingdom Hearts story, because I feel so sorry for you if you play this on Xbox One and not know a goddamn thing about Kingdom Hearts. Because you are fucked.
See, I don't know why they didn't re-release the final mixes on Xbox One before
I
this.
don't know. I don't know either, because now it's down to 2 games instead of 3. Because now there is a 1.5, 2.5 collection on PS4. So literally everything's on PS4 now. So you can literally, all you have to do is literally port both of those games to Xbox One and boom, you can catch up. Have fun. Last of Us Part 2 is going to be at Sony's press. I'm not seeing anything else.
Spyro.
Oh yeah, the Spyro trilogy. Is that in the rumored list? That's in the rumored list. That's the list I didn't get to yet. Yeah, the Spyro trilogy will be at Sony's press conference. I can't believe we live in the day and age where Crash and Spyro have gotten the trilogy remasters.
It's possible we might see the Spyro remaster at Microsoft's as well,
Yeah, that's possible.
since it is coming out on both Xbox One and PS4.
Mm-hmm.
And I would hope the Switch at some point,
Yeah,
since, Insane Trilogy just got a release on the Switch.
yeah. I'm favoring Cyberpunk to be at Sony's press conference, but it could be at either this or Microsoft. I don't know which. Because that's CD Projekt Red's next major title.
I mean, that with what you just said, I'm kind of in the same boat with Spyro. I'm kind of favoring more Sony's over Microsoft's, but yeah.
Oh, I forgot about Project Octopath Traveler when talking about Square Enix, because that could be at Square Enix, and will probably be at Nintendo's as well.
It definitely should be at Square's, because I think isn't that almost to the point where it should be releasing?
I would think so.
Like, I'm wanting to say original plans were this year. I mean, I know plans change, but...
Oh, it has a release date.
Oh.
It's next month.
Then yeah.
It's July 13th of next month of this year. Jesus.
So,
I was like, what is it? Oh, fuck.
So, Square will at least have it, if not Square and Nintendo. Well, no, that's going to be a pretty given Nintendo's going to have it, because they like doing the whole, look what's coming out the rest of the year at these.
Yeah, they like to keep E3 for the most part, so this is all coming out this year stuff, and a little teases of what's coming next year.
Yeah.
If it anything next year, it's usually just not anything to look at just yet, much like Metroid Prime was.
Which I'm hoping we've got at least a trailer this year.
I would hope so.
Because, that's going to be the thing everyone's going to be looking for. Myself included.
Shenmue probably at the press conference if it's got any progress on it. That looks like it's it, unless the Devil May Cry director's game is at Sony's press conference. Which might be a new Devil May Cry, a new proper Devil May Cry with the not new Dante that has been abandoned in favor of old Dante. So that brings us to Nintendo on Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central. Oh boy.
I think the shorter list is what not to talk about.
Yeah, because Smash will be a huge part of that. That's going to be the entire showroom floor for them, much like Odyssey and Breath of the Wild has been for previous years.
Um, yeah, we know Smash. We know
Smash, Mega Man 11, more than likely.
Splatoon 2.
Yeah, the Octo expansion, especially since it comes out next month.
Yep.
Yeah, the Octo expansion comes out next month.
Um,
Probably a bunch of new amiibo of various franchises, and that's probably all going to be at Treehouse, not at the proper reveal, because they usually don't announce that much amiibo at the direct.
Not usually.
I've noticed that most amiibo announcements come at Treehouse.
I'd say the direct will more than likely have something with the new Yoshi game.
Yeah, new Yoshi.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's a holiday this year.
Mm-hmm.
Since we heard about it and Kirby, and we've already got the Kirby title.
Mm-hmm.
This is me wishful thinking here, but I would really like to see Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah, I feel that's a bit helpful too, but
I would at the least like to know like if it's planned for a certain quarter next year.
yeah.
Like if we don't see anything, it's obviously going to be late next year.
Mm-hmm.
If we do see something that might have even some gameplay in it, we might see it end of this year, beginning of next year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that would be
Yeah.
the big thing.
Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee is probably gonna have a lot more information dropped on it. So if you have any questions about those two games right now, you probably will have an answer by the end of the Treehouse event for E3 this year.
Since we are only about a year out, I might could see potential teaser to Gen 8 even.
Yeah, either an idea of what the giveaway Pokemon is for connecting Let's Go to Go, because I will put money on this that special Pokemon you get in Pokemon Go is a Gen 8 Pokemon. The fact that it's never before seen means that's the Gen 8 teaser.
I got to thinking of something else though. It might be a Gen 8, but would it be so far fetched to think that it might be an Alolan form we haven't seen?
That's possible too.
Since the games are, since really both Go and Let's Go has always kind of had a focus around Gen 1.
Yeah, and they just dropped the Alolan Executor in Pokemon Go alongside the press conference.
So I mean, I could see it being an Alolan form that we haven't seen. It's one of those. I feel like you might be right. It might be a Gen 8.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm more kind of thinking of, okay, if it's not, what could we actually expect it to be? And possibly be right on.
If it's not a new Gen 8 Pokemon, it might be an evolution of something from that will debut in Gen 8. Like, it's entirely possible since they're really pushing Eevee as like a marquee Pokemon, it's possibly an evolution. If it's not brand new.
That would more than likely be what I'd think, which would still be a new, never before seen Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
It could be too. We didn't get an Alolan Eevee.
Yeah, we did not. Yeah, we didn't get a Alolan Eevee.
It could be possible that they've went ahead with that, and that might be what we're seeing. I mean, I feel like you're probably right. It's going to be something tied to Gen 8.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. Both games have focused so hard with Gen 1 that I feel like it's going to be something tied to that.
Yeah.
And the Alolan forms would be a perfect fit for it because, let's face it, half the Pokemon you found in Alola were Gen 1 Pokemon.
Yep.
So
And all the Alolan forms were Jin Limbo.
it kind of makes sense on that one.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of curious what amiibo we get. So I'm willing to take shots at that. We are gonna get amiibo of any new Smash fighters. So we're probably gonna get new amiibo for the Inkling. That's Smash specific.
They might. Now this is gonna be a stretch, but it did seem funny in that trailer. They focused on Link and Mario, so I have to think that's the Mario from Odyssey, because we know that was Breath of the Wild Link.
Yeah, which means we possibly are gonna get an Odyssey Mario and another Breath of the Wild Link amiibo that are Smash related. Possibly.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. But the issue that I'm seeing with that is if Breath of the Wild Link is a skin, like he is, like the Breath of the Wild skins in Hyrule Warriors is,
Mm-hmm.
then that means technically we've got a duplicate amiibo for Smash.
Technically, when we have 3, because that would be the third Breath of the Wild Link amiibo.
Well, the ones from the different lines don't technically count in that.
No, we have 2 Breath of the Wild Links in the Breath of the Wild amiibo line. We've got him as an archer and then him on horseback.
Well, I'm not counting the Breath of the Wild ones either. I'm talking about just the Smash line. Because we'd have 2 Link amiibos.
Yeah, we would.
Like, that might be the issue I could see with that.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly the same with Mario. Like, that's gonna be the question. I mean, Link, you pretty much would have to use him as a skin. I highly doubt you could make Breath of the Wild Link and Classic Link 2 separate playable characters without it feeling way too identical.
Yeah, that's why if they brought back Young Link, he would need something new because Toon Link adopted most, if not all, of his moveset.
Right.
Which is why.
Whereas, since the Mario we've had in Smash thus far wound up being the Sunshine Mario, you could have Sunshine Mario and Odyssey Mario and not have too much overlap.
Yeah, because you've already set the precedent with Dr. Mario of as long as it has a different down smash and some different properties to his moves, you're fine.
Well, and you look, it goes a step further. I mean, you've got the cap attack that you could do with it, and multiple forms of that. So there's most of your smash moves. The final smash, you could do it as something silly as you taking over the character, throwing them off the screen, and then coming back. True?
Yeah.
I mean, Odyssey Mario, there's enough that I could see them do it and make it work. Breath of the Wild Link, not so much. So, I mean, that's going to be the question.
Yeah. I don't know if King of Cards will be at E3. I believe King of Cards is out of alpha into beta, I believe is what the club confirmed, and they said that release date is really, really soon, which means King of Cards will probably get a release date at the press conference or at the direct, which means the amiibo will get a release date.
Ooh. If they said that, you don't think they're gonna try to do what they did with Spectre Knight's DLC, do you?
You have to remind me.
Release it with the Switch version first? Because that's how Spectre of Torment went. It came with the Shovel Knight game for the Switch, and a month later is when the other consoles got it.
I don't think they'll do that. I think it will just be a launch on all platforms. I think they did that because the Switch was just coming out, which is why they did that early release to incentivize you more to buy the Switch. But I don't think they have a reason to do that now.
I mean, it might do it. That might be a possibility, but I see what you're saying too, and it's like, yeah, I don't see a reason either, but they've done it before, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them doing it again.
I don't know if we'll get new Splatoon 2 amiibo. What's odd is all of the Breath of the Wild amiibo have gotten a second printing. Printing's not technically the right word for it, but they have a second run. They've had a new run on them. Everything except the Bobakin for some reason. But even with the Octo expansion coming out, there's no word of a Splatoon 2 new run of amiibo. Or a new run of the Splatoon 2 amiibo. Which feels weird. It makes me wonder, are we waiting on an announcement? Are we waiting on an Octoling amiibo? Possibly?
What about an Octoling 3-pack?
So an Octoling male, female, and... Ooh. That's true. Because even the Octoling's octopus form isn't that super different, so it wouldn't even be that much they'd have to do molding wise.
Yeah.
Because I think all it is it's the shape is the same, I believe, and I think it's an added mustache, kind of.
I don't know. I've not actually looked at that part of it.
Let me look at it.
But that's what I'm kind of feeling. Is we're going to probably hear about an Octoling 3-pack, and it'll probably release with the expansion.
Okay, it is a bit different, but it still has the mustache. It's more rounded than when the inking is more squared.
Oh, yeah. Well, more pointed.
Yeah. But we have the tentacle mustache.
I mean, I would think that's what they do.
Yeah, because I'm feeling like if we're waiting on that, is why the Splatoon 2 one hasn't gotten the second run. Which actually is the only amiibo besides the Bobakin stuff I want. So I'm kind of waiting on that. Because I can't seem to find Splatoon 2 amiibo at all. Oh, I just got reminded. Code Vein will probably be at E3 in some capacity. I forgot about that one. The anime Dark Souls game.
Ah.
Yeah, that one. What else? I almost feel like with as much success Mario plus Rabbids has had, it would get amiibo, but I feel like that might be a sequel. It's like, as much as that and Hyrule Warriors has had as much success and as much attention as they got, neither one of those are getting amiibo until they're...
I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, period, because, I mean, for all intents and purposes, Hyrule Warriors could have with the definitive edition. But didn't.
Yeah.
And both games do have amiibo functionality already built into them. So, to me, I kind of feel like if it was gonna happen, it probably would have already.
Yeah.
I mean, that's granted, it would be awesome to have the Rabbids in all their glory.
Well, I believe Ubisoft has released a figure set of the Rabbids that I think are in scale with the amiibo. So while they're not amiibo, you could theoretically put them on a shelf and you'd be okay. So that exists, I believe. I'd have to double check that to see the size on them, but I believe you could buy those and put it on your amiibo shelf and just go, yeah, those are amiibo. Like someone who, like me, who thought about getting the Crash Bandicoot and Crash Bandicoot Skylander and putting it on my amiibo shelf and going, this is a amiibo. But considering there's a possibility Crash will be in Smash and we get an official Smash Crash amiibo, yeah, I'll wait on that one. Because you know, that shit was on sale at Toys R Us. And I guarantee you, it's going to be super cheap. Because Skylander shit doesn't move.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of sucks, because, I mean, from what I've played of, I think it was Giants, it wasn't a bad game.
Yeah.
It's just, I could really see it be expensive if you wanted to do everything the game had to offer kind of deal, too.
Yeah. Yeah, which is why I liked, for the most part, you could just get, like, a character per element or a character per, like, gimmick, and you're okay. So kind of just pick your favorites and play. Like, if you're a completionist, fuck that. You are hundreds of dollars deep in Skylanders by this point. If not in the 4 digits.
Yeah.
But if you just wanted to pick your favorites, that is a far cheaper option. I almost feel like because of the Let's Go stuff, they might sneak in an amiibo thing in there.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
For the simple fact of you would have to tread carefully on what the amiibos could do in Let's Go. Otherwise, you might have the option to transferring it to Go.
Yeah.
And in theory, that's going to be the downfall for Let's Go, is they have to tread so lightly or they're going to break Pokemon Go in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do that even on accident, they're going to lose the players that didn't come to Let's Go also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, as much as Pikachu and Eevee go, was like, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we get an Eevee amiibo of some variety. And to be honest, I'd be okay with that. But
if it wasn't for the diversity of Eevee's evolutions, Eevee would be perfect to be added to Smash.
Yeah.
But there's no good way that you could pull that off.
Yeah. Although, I could see the final Smash.
Oh, yeah.
Essentially, take it EVZ move, but instead of just getting the power-up, it's a, look at my army. My army shall obliterate you now.
And every element known to Pokemon come flying at you at once.
Pretty much. Trying to think of what else. I can't really think of anything else amiibo I could throw a dart at and be like, I'm feeling that one.
Yeah, because, I mean, I would say, you know, they might tease something along the lines of Metroid-based stuff, but since we just got the Metroid 2 remake and they did the amiibos with it, I don't think there's much else they can do until they tell us more about Prime 4.
Yeah, I think if we get amiibo for 4, it's most likely going to be Samus's suit for the game, or Samus's design for her suit for that game. Because that's what they did for Metroid Prime, or for Metroid 2.
Yeah.
Possibly some other major character from the game. I can't think of his name, but the guy in the ship that follows her, him, because he's also in that teaser scene from Freedom. Was it Federation? Federation Force.
Federation
yeah.
Force.
Yeah, he's in the teaser scene for Federation Force. I don't know. That's all I can really think
I
of.
did think of something else we didn't mention that could be a possibility. If we don't get Prime 4 information, we might get a Prime Trilogy port.
Yeah, that would be a really good thing to do so that people are prepped and ready for Prime 4.
Because in all seriousness, and I did see someone mention this, Prime 1 and 2 wouldn't be much to bring over. Basically, with them, throw some HD textures and make sure they're widescreen scale, and there you go. They were both GameCube games, so I mean, there's not a lot of work to do with them.
Yeah. And, we could get that GameCube Virtual Console, just saying. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, that could be another thing, too. If they did GameCube VC, then, I mean, there you go. Prime 1 and 2 could automatically be one of the first two on there, and all you'd have to do is work on a Prime 3 remaster, and ta-da!
Yep. Probably more information on the online service, more details on it.
Yeah.
Which, for like $20 a year, I'm okay with what it gives us, which isn't a whole lot.
And from what I saw, I really hope I'm incorrect and they clarify if I am. But if the family plan can be amongst separate Switches, oh, that's gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's $35 for a year for what, 7 accounts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anything out of the game list we have from IGN? You want to talk about that we haven't talked about already?
Here. I still think that's a strange name. The Assassin's Creed, just saying.
Well, it's Greek based, so Odyssey. And for those wondering, yes, we also know that this Assassin's Creed is Greek based. So, much like with Origins, we've gone backwards in time, but now we're going forwards to Greek. Actually, would it be for? Well, it might be a little bit forward, but maybe more sideways. Because this might be still the same time period as Origins. Maybe. Depends. This depends on like when in Greek history we are.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at something here and I'm baffled.
Okay, what are you looking at?
Fortnite has pre-order status for PS4 and Xbox One. What?
Yes.
What?
Look, I never said these lists would be dumb. Would not be dumb. To be honest, I wasn't even paying attention to that comment. I was just looking for a list of games.
Oh, I completely understand. I just happened to see it in the list, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't say Switch anywhere there, so they're not thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't also list Android, which we know Fortnite's coming to.
Yep. Oh, I forgot about Days Gone. That'll probably be at the PlayStation press conference. I don't care about that one. Woo, you have a shit ton of zombies in your game. Too bad I don't care about your story at all, really. You just look like you're trying to do Last of Us to me, to be honest.
You know, I got to thinking of something. We've got a dice roll on where we think Team Sonic Racing might wind up.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's not gonna make a press conference, I can guarantee. That's on the showroom floor. If that makes a press conference, I will legit take a shot for that one.
I kind of hope it does, just so that it can be one of those. Yep, didn't see that coming, did you?
Yep.
Oh wow, they're thinking Prime 4 might be there.
Yeah. New Ori game will probably be at EA, because I believe Ori Flying Force was under EA. I want to say that was under EA, but it might. No, it'd be at Microsoft. Ori's that's a Microsoft game. Yeah, that's yeah, that's Moon Studios, and it's published by Microsoft Studios. Yeah, so that'd be at Microsoft's press conference, if anything.
You know, now that I'm looking at this, I'm actually surprised no one else is really thinking that they might do a Prime Trilogy remaster. I mean, we did only get the title for Prime 4. So that kind of tells you it's not anywhere close for them to even guess at when it would be done. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's been a year. But it might still be at least a year, if not more, out. We don't know if they started it then.
Yeah,
kind of deal.
All we have for a next-gen Pokemon game is a promise and another promise.
Yeah.
That's less than Metroid Prime, and that's supposed to be next year.
Also, I want to point out that Prime 4 these had to be really super early, unless this developer's just not going to follow what Retro did. Because keep in mind, all the sequels in the Prime series had subtitles.
Yeah.
Prime 4 doesn't. Otherwise, I'm not seeing much right there.
Yeah.
That we haven't already kind of hit.
Alright. So, E3, good year. Stream-wise, I'll be streaming reactions to the press conferences. I'll probably just be grabbing Twitch's official stream and then restreaming it through us. I might be able to sit down and do up a specific overlay for that. So you can also see the bingo card I'm filling out, because I'm going to get bingo cards for all the press conferences and fill them out as we go for funsies. And I'll also be doing drawing on the stream because I have the tool for that in Firefox.
You have the app for that?
Yep. So somebody's getting a mustache, because I didn't do that last year, but somebody's getting a mustache this year. They'll look terrible, but someone is.
Is it gonna be one of those curly mustaches?
It's gonna be a mustache. I can't guarantee anything besides. It's not like I'm drawing on a tablet here.
Well, I mean, you could be.
I don't have a tablet to draw on.
I said you could be. I didn't say you had the capability of.
Alright. So, shall we get down to releases?
I guess we shall.
Alright. So we're going to kick things off on the 5th with Origami Nightfall for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Far Cry 5 Hours of Darkness for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Heimrich for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Onrush for Xbox One. Shaq Fu, A Legend Reborn.
Oh god.
Yes, it's coming out. It will be out Tuesday for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. The Elder Scrolls Online Somerset expansion for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Vampire for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. I think I'm starting to see commercials for that on Twitch in between Detroit Become Human commercials. Warhammer 40k, Inquisitor, Martyr for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. Did you know they're making kids books for Warhammer 40k now?
Really?
Yes, this super dark, like really adult franchise is now getting kids books.
Also, I just realized you messed up with the releases.
Oh, what did I do?
As will you hear in about 3 more.
Oh, damn it! Okay, bear in mind, I did these releases on like 4 hours of sleep, and I completely didn't see it. Damn it! So we also have BlazBlue Cross Stack Battle for PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. Nobunaga's Ambition Taishi for PlayStation 4, PC. On Rust for PlayStation 4. Perils of Baking for PlayStation 4. Riddle Corpses EX for PlayStation 4. Roller Coaster Legends 2. Thor's Hammer for PlayStation 4. Shape of the World for PlayStation 4 and PC. The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker for PlayStation 4 and Switch. Riddle Corpses EX for Vita. Missed that one too.
Oh god, I didn't even see that.
This is what happens when you do this stuff on like 5 hours of sleep.
Well, you should try it on 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah, on some proper sleep. Yeah, that should happen next time. Happy Birthdays on Switch and Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition for Switch. On the 6th, we have Bloodstained Curse of the Moon for Xbox One. That apparently is like legit a really good game for a side project that was a reward for the Kickstarter, or the main Kickstarter for Bloodstained. Like, it is a legit huge throwback to original Castlevania, not Metroidvania Castlevania, original Castlevania. And it is legit really good. Like, a reviewer I watch bought 2 copies of the game, even though he had a code for it already. And when this comes out on Switch, he'll have 3 copies. He'll have 4 copies of the game, and he really enjoys it. And I'm like, damn, that is a huge endorsement for. And bear in mind, this is a side project to the main Bloodstained game, so I'm really hopeful for Bloodstained. Real Corpses EX for Xbox One, Shape of the World for Xbox One and Switch, and Homestar VR for PlayStation. On the 7th, we have MotoGP 18 for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PC, Awkward for PlayStation 4, a Magical High School Girl for Switch, ACA Neo Geo Riding Hero for Switch, Grid Retro Enhanced for Switch, Iroh Hero for Switch, and Catabat Wars for Switch, Samurai Defender Ninja Warfare for Switch, The Banner Saga 2 for Switch, Games for Toddlers 3DS, and Storm Chaser Tornado Alley for 3DS. On the 8th, we have Super Hydroa Limited Collector's Edition for Vita, Legendary 11 for Switch, Operation Hardcore for Switch, Slime Sun Super Slime Edition for Switch, and Sushi Striker The Way of Sushido for Switch and 3DS. On the 12th, we have Jurassic World Evolution for Xbox on PlayStation 4 and PC, Super Bomberman R for Xbox on PlayStation 4 and PC, Monster PlayStation 4, Omega Strike for PlayStation 4, Love Vita, and Love for Vita, and Love Alternative for Vita, Hexologic for Switch, Tennis World Tour for Switch, not Mario Tennis Aces, no, the other tennis game for Switch, and Yonder, the Cloud Catcher Chronicles for Switch. On the 14th, we're going to get Soccer Slammers for the Switch, and on the 15th, you get Lego The Incredibles for Xbox on PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC, and Omega Strike for Xbox One. Which brings us to quick draws, and now that I have nail polish on the stickers now, hey, here's all the Lupin Kaiser, Pata Kaiser out right now. In the opposite order that I took the pictures in.
Awesome.
Just hit the last modified arrow and it goes the so for those that don't know what Mini Plot is, it is essentially a plastic model kit of all of the mecha from Lupin Ranger, Powder Ranger right now. So if you're looking at the proper first image, which is all the vehicles.
Hold on. And Okay. Okay.
Uh,
Yep, I got it right.
okay.
Had to make sure it was sorting it correctly.
Alright. I was about to say, all I did is hit the arrow and it was fine. Unless you have it on a different setting, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm just going to go on the back row, on the ends of the back row. That is Good Striker, which is the main body of both of the Megazords right now. And both its flight mode and car mode. I guess technically dial machine and trigger machine modes. Because of how the mecha are just subdivided between Lupin Ranger and Power Ranger. From left to right from there on the back row, you have Crane and Drill. Drill's inside the Crane machine right now. Biker, Cyclone, and then Scissors and Blade. And on the front row, you have the main mech for the team. So that's Sango in pink, Ichigo in red, Nigo in green, and then blue, red, and yellow. Then you can see how the main mech is for Kaiser on the left, Lupin Kaiser on the right, and then the other auxiliary mechs there. Gives a little better idea of the size, I guess. And for whatever reason, the Kaiser one, they give you an extra head that's bigger that you can put in there. In the previous picture, that's the small head that's in the Ichigo machine. And the next picture, that's the head you can shove in there. So you get a bigger head. There's the biker attached in the next picture. And then there's Crane with the drill in hand. Just to let you know, that drill to sticker is horrendous. Because bear in mind, these are plastic model kits that you put together that there are a shit ton of stickers. Essentially, if there's a color on here that is not a main color of plastic, assume it's a sticker. Like, okay, just on drill. The treads, that is a sticker on the side, and then another sticker wrapped around it. And you have to do that 4 times for all the treads. The side is one big sticker. That blue cockpit is a sticker. That yellow on the back is a sticker. And that black up front is also a sticker. The drill is actually plastic. That's yellow plastic. The one piece on the crane can fuck off as well. You see that red piece on the back of crane?
Yeah.
That's a tiny piece that is 1 sticker on the front and then 2 stickers on the side on a really small piece. That you are essentially wrapping that thing in sticker. I see why. Like, one of the people I watched videos for on the mini plot said he was just gonna do some Gundam marker stuff on some of these parts instead of stickering them. Yeah, I agree with that. I would have rather just painted those treads black with a Gundam marker. Or, like, painted those black, painted that piece red, like, painted the windows blue. Like, if it wasn't an elaborate sticker that had details on it, I would rather it just painted that color. Because you see those little red dots or little red lines on the crotch piece?
Yeah.
Those are stickers too. Little tiny stickers. Because there's a little tiny sticker on the front of Crane for the badge. Yeah, that sucked to put on. And there's Lupin Kaiser with the Cyclone folded out. And I believe the next one shows Lupin Kaiser Knight, which gives you Scissors and Blade. Which the shield can actually flip around like it does in the show. And they also give you an adapter to plug into the shield, so that if you have the Udo, Lupin Ranger, or Lupin Ranger and Powder Ranger set, you can have any of those figures hold the shield, or hold Scissors as the shield. And that's it. It's only 3 sets out right now. The first set is essentially the Lupin Kaiser set, which is red, blue, yellow. and Good Striker. The second set is the Patakaiser set, which is Ichigo Nigo Sango, and then another Good Striker. So if you get those main sets of 5 boxes, which Good Striker is 2 boxes, you essentially build the top half and the bottom, and then stick them together on a peg. So you get some waist swivel on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third set is essentially the auxiliary mechs, which is Crane Drill, Biker, Cyclone, and then Scissors and Blade. And they got good posability. They have better posability than their DX toys. They combine together just like the BX toys, except they are far, far smaller. Like, these are about the same size, I would say, as my Figuarts, which are 6 inches. Probably a little smaller than that. But they are a plastic model kit, and as I was messing with them today, the joints were super loose, which means I probably need to, like, pop them apart and, like, tighten up the joints on them all. Because there's just a little peg that, like, folds up to connect the arms, and to put an arm on kinda sucks right now, because that peg just folds back in real easily. Oh, and as another quick note, yeah, the Lupin Kaiser head, yeah, that's a sticker. That's essentially a peg that you wrap the head sticker all the way around on. And as you probably have noticed from some of these, I have good stickering and bad stickering. It depends. Some went better than others. It happens. I wasn't trying to be perfect with these. I was just trying to get it on there. But yeah, and honestly, I think each set's like $20, which is pretty cheap and way cheaper than the DX toys. So if you're liking Lupin Ranger, Powder Ranger right now, if you're watching, and would like to get a hold of the mechs, but don't want big giant bricks and a whole lot of space to put them up, this is a really good alternative. And I know set 4 is not announced yet, but I believe that's Pattern X Lupin X's mech, since he debuts next month. Or actually this month, I believe. It's either this month or next month he debuts. And I assume that will be like 2 or 3 boxes, which leaves us 2 boxes with, I don't know, something from the movie. And then set 5 is also up for pre-order, which I don't know when set 5 is going to be in. But yeah, I enjoyed building them, and it was really nice to actually own something for a Sentai series. Since I own so much for Rider series, I wanted to have something for a Sentai series that I'm liking right now. And it's also funny that I have something for Lupin Ranger, Powder Ranger before I have something for Build. Just about 40 episodes in the Build, still don't own anything for Build. Mainly because I didn't do any pre-order or anything for the Build Figuarts, and I'm not buying the bike. And I also I didn't drop a pre-order for Cross or Grease, but those aren't out yet. Granted, there's still some things for X8 I haven't bought yet. A bunch of bike stuff, Figuart-wise, I haven't gotten yet. So. Yeah, that's it for my quick draw. For those wondering, the nail polish for keeping the stickers on there, it's just like a $2 bottle of nail polish bought at work. And it does a pretty good job of keeping it. Like, I've messed with them, had them like that combined, and no stickers have come off. The only stickers that are kind of coming off are the nose cones one for Good Striker, but I don't think there's enough surface area to keep them stuck, even with nail polish, unfortunately. That or I drenched it too much and it's lost its thick right there in the corner. But that's fine. Like, the only time it would really get like bent at all is if Good Striker's in flight mode. Or is in his dial machine mode. Because otherwise the cone is folded up against the legs. But at least Lupin Ranger Power Ranger looked good this week. And build is continuing. And I think Sento and Katsuragi argue with each other this week.
Huh.
Oh, and you also get to see how Katsuragi goes with being built.
Oh god.
Yeah, it does not go well. Granted, things really don't go well because, say goodbye to the Engine Brothers. They are super fucking dead.
Well, to be fair, they've kind of extended their use.
But, well, how about one of them essentially sucked into a black hole? That's what happened to one of them.
So then what I'm hearing is that, the Vault's done with them.
He is done with them. He obliterated both of them. So yeah, they're both dead. We now have Mad Rouge, who Utsumi might be a little bit crazy now. I don't think that should be anyone's surprise at this point. And we get Genius next week into the episode, which is about a week sooner than Herman had to export because of the release date for Genius Full Model. I believe it's called Genius Full Model. Oh, Genius Full Model?
I don't remember.
I thought it was called Genius Full Model. I can't remember now.
Also, hold on just a second. I think Discord's trying to do something dumb.
Yeah, I can hear.
Maybe that fixed it?
It sounds like it fixed it.
Okay. I don't know what happened there, but it completely goofed everything up. I had to stop the music bot and it somewhat straightened it up and then it went to crap.
I'm probably not gonna find it soon. Yeah, I want to say it's the Genius Full Model, but it looks like we're getting it next week. And it might be a Katsuragi going, fuck. A Volt kicked our asses pretty hard. We might need something really good. And then Sento, like us getting essentially getting Sento back by the end of this next week's episode. And also Lupin Ranger Power Ranger might finally be getting the teams together. Because I think this week, Umiko, Lupin Yellow, might have accidentally outed herself as Yellow to Red. While also trying to save their asses, so for the greater good. But next week, I think Red is essentially stilling Good Striker in the middle of the Power Rangers combination. So we get Lupin Kaiser with Nigo and Sango's mechs as the arms. Which I'm like, okay. And also we're getting Good Striker's origin because, by the way, Good Striker is a character in the show. He's a sentient mech who is the guardian of the Lupin collection. Which, based on his actions in the show, I assume that the Lupin collection is actually VS vehicles. It's not all these random, pretty much prop department things that we have as the Lupin collection pieces. Those are a bunch of gadgets and shit. The actual Lupin collection is the VS vehicles. Granted, I wasn't the first person to theorize that, but I agree with the person who did theorize that first. Because of Goody. Yeah, that's all I got for this week. Got anything else?
No?
Alright, we'll be back. Oh boy. Streams will be normal for the next week. Then Saturday's gonna come along and, well, you're gonna get me during EA's press conference.
Yeah, I actually need to look at something I just thought about too. You can go ahead while I'm looking.
Alright. But yeah, you'll get me during EA's press conference where I may or may not be freaking out about a Kingdom Hearts 3 release date because, you know, the orchestra event is before EA's press conference, so Lord knows if the release date's gonna be then or at E3 proper. If it's the orchestra, you won't hear me shut up about Kingdom Hearts the entire time EA's talking about shit. Yeah, we'll be streaming. I'll be at least be streaming every single press conference with live reactions and bingo cards and nonsense.
Okay.
When?
Yeah, it's looking like that week we obviously won't have MMO Mondays that week because we'll be doing Sony's.
Mm-hmm.
But Rampant Gaming should be normal. Because I don't foresee EA taking, what, 7 hours?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
We are not getting 7 hours of sports talk.
So, yeah, Rampant Gaming will be normal. But I think that's actually going to be the only normal show that entire week.
Yeah. Because we'll probably... My backlog is going to be co-opted into us talking about the E3 stuff from the press conferences and the showroom floor. And TGS won't even be normal on Saturday. It will probably be us playing something again. Because we'll have nothing to talk about.
Yeah, because that usually is what happens.
Yeah.
Because what we'll probably try to do is one of the EA days, we'll go ahead and just encapsulate anything that might come out this week. AKA the one article that might come out that is relevant after E3.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we hardly ever have anything.
Yeah, no. Everyone saves this for the big show.
And even if we get leaks, it's shown at E3, so the leak is kind of nulled then. But yeah, so I think if I can catch some times between, I might try to squeeze in a rando run, depending on everything, but I doubt it. Pretty much everything outside of Rampant Gaming from Saturday to... I'm going to go out on a limb and say Thursday is going to be E3 related.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Thursday just in case we can't get all the press conferences wrapped up in one day.
Yeah.
Because that might be too much to try to do.
Yeah, it might just be... Unless we just go in and trim away a lot of shit we're just not going to talk about or not care about.
I mean, typically, when we've done it, we've usually been able to tie like 4 of them in at a time, so I can't see a 5th one being too big of an issue.
Yeah.
Especially seeing as how we're taking out Bethesda and Sony.
Mm-hmm.
So it might work out.
Yeah, we take out Bethesda and Sony. We trim the fat on EA. Because we're probably not going to talk about Battlefield again. We're probably not going to talk about anything sports related.
To be fair, we always trim the fat on EA because most of the important stuff has been leaked before E3.
Yeah. Unless it's something especially surprising, especially like noteworthy from Microsoft, it's probably just going to be whatever we're interested in from Microsoft. Nintendo will probably be the biggest talk because we have the most interest in Nintendo, to be honest.
Yeah.
And it also helps.
Square might be the second biggest simply because of KH3.
Yeah, I will ramble on for days about whatever gets shown about KH3.
And I'll try to keep you back on track.
Yes.
Even though I might partially join you on some of that, because, yeah, I'll be objectively looking at it from the speedrun side.
Yes.
Mainly because that's about the only thing I've watched physically gameplay wise, besides
Yeah.
what I've caught of yours.
I should get you playing KH2 just for fun to see how you like
God.
it. Because it's not like we can't emulate KH2 for you.
That was PS2?
Yeah.
I'm wanting to say when I've tried PS2 stuff, it's been mixed. Like,
I
I
was about to
know
say,
at one point I did attempt to try to do KH just to see if it would run, because I thought about doing that, and it ran for crap. And that's when I decided to say no.
I was about to say, when Ty-Stream, because Ty-Stream KH2 within the last year, I believe he was emulating it. I'm willing to bet money he was emulating it.
I don't know.
Because he said he patched Final Mix. He had Final Mix patched. So he had to be emulating it.
I say again, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's a console out there that you can't kind of do
Patch.
certain things to make it where you can do whatever you want to.
True enough.
Which included.
But that might be something to look into, because I'd be curious how you like actually playing KH2. Which personally I feel like is the best of the franchise gameplay wise. Just saying. Just gonna throw that out there.
To be fair, I'll probably get annoyed with myself for trying to do stuff too quick and not know anything.
Oh, KH2 is fairly well paced. I wouldn't be too worried about that. The only thing I would personally be worried about is if you get a little too form spam happy and end up getting dropped into anti-form and not being well adjusted enough to handle that and not get obliterated.
My thing would probably be more. You would probably need to worry more about me trying to be underleveled going into certain fights.
Oh, I wouldn't be worried about that. If KH2 is paced well enough, you don't have to worry about being underleveled.
Yeah, paced well enough if you don't try to go fast.
Right.
I have heard there have been people that have gotten to like end game stuff at like speedrun levels and wind up. I've heard of a couple of them hating the game because of that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's like,
I...
I'm sorry, if someone comes in and tells me, hey, you're way too underleveled for this, that's why you're dying, okay, that's my fault. I screwed up. I'm not going to blame the game. If I can't figure out that I'm too underleveled for this, then yeah, I'm going to blame the game for that. Because there should be some kind of warning signs.
Which, actually, you will know if you're underleveled because every world has a combat level. That's exactly your level. So, like, this is the level you need to be at for this world.
So my point exactly then.
Yeah.
That sounded to me, from what I was hearing, was like, those people don't play RPGs much, do they?
Yeah.
I
mean,
like, you kind of can tell when you're way underleveled.
Yeah, and I think I wasn't underleveled at all when I played through KH2, and I never grinded. And I only really did as necessary to get through worlds. And I wasn't underleveled at all. And also, bear this in mind, you don't just get stat ups and abilities and stuff from levels. You also get them from just beating bosses. Because you'll get strength ups and magic ups and other different abilities just from playing the game. And just from going through the worlds and beating the bosses. So the game, honestly, like I said, is paced really fucking well. That's why even in a speedrun setting, you never have to grind anything. Because you have everything you need by the end game. Like, the only thing you ever have to grind in KH2 are synth materials and final form. And, like, the needing the levels for your different forms to kind of get through the Cavern of Remembrance and KH2 Final Mix. But you need specific levels in your forms to get those abilities to order to get there. But you can kind of cheese it a little bit if you're just slightly underleveled. If you're good enough. Or you can just use the leveled ability on the form itself. Because when you level up your forms, like for instance, Valor form, you get high jump. Well, as you level up Valor, you'll get high jump out of Valor, but it'll always be behind where it is in Valor form. So like you'll have a level 1 high jump in normal, but you'll have level 2 in Valor until they're even out and you max out Valor, so you have level 3 high jump in both. So if you need high jump in Cave of Remembrance, you can drop into Valor and use level 3. You just have to be ready to compensate for that in getting other forms. It's tricky, to say the least. Honestly, the easiest way to get through Cave of Remembrance for all of the form stuff is just have your forms maxed out.
Also, looking at this, if I can't figure out what was going on my side of it, that might not be possible. Because I know the first Kingdom Hearts was choppy, and both KH and KH2 last patch was 2015 for the PS2 emulator. So, yeah, if I can't figure out what was going on my side, then that's a no.
Damn it. It's like, I am willing to put money on if you give like KH2 and like any of the other Kingdom Hearts games to like someone who's not touched the franchise, and you have them play one and like something from the other, I guarantee you they'll like 2 better for the most part. Because 2 is mechanically the best and feel the best. That is why it's the most popular speedrun of the KH franchise, I feel like. And probably the most run because it feels the best. It's the most fair mechanically. Like, you don't have to grind 2 hours on the stupid fucking Dream Eaters to get your fucking abilities you need. By the way, I believe that's an actual part of the 3D run. For one of the difficulties is you have to grind fucking Dream Eaters for abilities. I think I might be wrong on that. But yeah, might as well end off because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and we've been going for 3+ hours now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will see you next week for the start of E3 and the week following and all sorts of fun stuff in between then and there. So see you then, folks.